Well, that's early on the West Coast. It's only what 9:30 there, right?
Yeah,
Or 9:45.
9:46.
What is up, everybody?
How you doing?
Merry Christmas to everybody that is watching. Hey
Absolutely.
Shannon. Hey Sergio.
Let me see if I can get it to come up here.
What's up, Supra? Hey Supra. Anybody out there that wants to jump in and join in, just
Hit that like button.
let me know. I'll send a link up. No, but I made a short on these too, on the new Snap-on players. And by the way, guys, we were talking about the new Snap-on long nose or needle nose locking pliers. It looks like Snap-on did buy the patent from Melco because Melco never made these, but yet suddenly they're showing up on Snap-on trucks. And my dealer indirectly confirmed that yes, they did buy the patent on them, but he does not know what is up, Supra. He does not know what plant they're being built in or manufactured in. There is speculation it's the Tennessee plant because they have a shit ton of property down there. There's a shit ton of tax breaks they get for redevelopment down there. But my dealer told me he expects and has had heard rumor that you're going to see the whole line of those high quality, extremely overpriced. I don't know. Are they overpriced?
It depends on how you look at it. I mean,
Oh, you want a tool that actually truly works, or you want a tool that might work?
right.
I don't know if you've ever used them, but you bite down and grip something hard with these things, this shit holds.
Well, I've had bad ones, that's for damn sure. And not only do they bite you, but they'll frustrate you like crazy.
I mean, I'll be honest with you, as a technician, I don't use a locking plier that much. To me, these are like fucking Snap-on jewelry.
True.
I might just fucking buy the whole set and hang them on the wall.
Well, it's something you end
Spray
up
with
using.
clear coat. Spray them with the clear coat so they don't get damaged.
I end up using them, especially when I'm welding or fixing something, fabricating something.
I could let you in on a real sweet deal if you want the fucking good ones.
Yeah.
Chad, I told you. I don't know if you read your text. Chad let me in on a deal.
Oh yeah. Bunch of Eagle grips.
Eagle grip, C clamp, locking pliers.
Oh hell yeah.
They're about half off. They're in the $20 range a pair. An Acme tool. And if you've never used them and you're a first time customer, I think you get like 10% off or $10 off. It's one of the two. It's either 10% or $10. I'm not a first time customer, so
I don't know if I bought from Acme before.
well, like $24 for like an 11-inch, $25, say, for an 11-inch C clamp plier, $25 for a locking 8-inch.
Well, the C clamps are the handiest.
A dog says that Turner is.
What does a dog say?
The dog says that Turner is weird because he's petting his kitty cat right now. And he wishes he was a squirrel.
That might be true. You're doing the Dr. Claw thing?
Oh, no doubt about it, Shannon. Those Eagle grips, those Malico Eagle grips, they're the cat's ass in a locking plier. They're better than the old original USA vice grips.
Yeah, the DeWitt ones.
Yeah, they're better than those. People say no, they're equal, just got a better finish on it. I think it's a chrome nickel plating. It just so
No,
reminds me of a Snap-on socket.
no, they're definitely better.
But they're even stronger. They're even better because I got some of the old ones.
Well, that part in the back where they seal up the hole for the tensioning bolt, that's a big deal because it was always just stamped and curled around and then
Yeah.
threaded.
Supra, I do not know that part number, so you'd have to tell me the tool. I don't like part numbers. I don't keep I don't keep part numbers on the top of my head. So
What is 78354?
I could probably look it up, but I mean, it takes time. It's a wolf.
Sorry, gentlemen, I'm trying to heat up something to eat here. Always a long day in Frosty Land.
Well, that's what happens, Turner, when you live up in no man's land. People think they can give you homemade gifts. Make good trade. Next time you work on my car, you do almost for free, right? Indian got you this. Me Indian got you this natural bee honey. Very good honey. The honey is very good. It's a natural sugar product.
My birthday.
Yeah, I do believe you're correct, Shannon. I think the originals were made by Peterson, but weren't they part of Vice Grip? Weren't they like the parent company of Vice Grip?
Yeah, DeWitt was the city or the town they were made in.
But something about what Shannon is saying here, I do believe that DeWitt or the Vice Grip was owned by a parent company
Called Peterson.
At one time or another.
That's entirely possible. Are these any good?
I would never believe it.
Hey, Jack.
It's been on.
That's not surprising, Turner. DeWitt is what they called me in high school. Mama always said that I didn't have a DeWitt.
That's tomorrow.
So you think they're still good?
I think they're still good.
What the fuck is going on with my computer again?
Well, what do you got planned for Christmas, Dave?
I can't say it online. My expectations for Christmas is to get rid of and remove Santa Claus forever and ever and ever because he just costs too goddamn much money. If there's really a Santa Claus, why do I have to spend so much money on Christmas?
You're just helping him out. Paying it forward, if you will.
No, my plans for Christmas are we will open up each other's gifts Christmas morning when I finally drag my ass out of bed. And that'll probably be around 9 a.m. And I'll probably make breakfast and shit, and we'll open up each other's gifts. And we're just relax and chill the whole family on Christmas Day. Enjoy the fact that we're all home together. For me, my daughters, and my mother will all be together all day long with nowhere to go, nothing to do. And because it's been a year, maybe around like 10 o'clock at night, I might jump in my truck and head down to casino in Detroit and throw a couple $100 at some games and see if I have any luck or not. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that, but Christmas Eve, I'm going to my sister's house for dinner, and I will see my sister and one of my sisters and my brother-in-law and my two awesome nieces. And tomorrow, I'm only going into work to finish and touch up a few odds and ends on a few cars, like all little minor bullshit that parts just showed up for. And there's no reason I even have to go. I diagnosed them. They can throw the parts at it, but I gotta go because I gotta make sure it's actually fixed the car.
Right.
So I'll be out there. I'll be out there by 1:00. I will go visit my youngest sister that is in a nursing home that has what do they call it? Progressive MS, or
I got
something. Well, she didn't have. I don't know what the hell they call it now.
multiple sclerosis.
Well, she has MS. She has multiple sclerosis, but she has well, it hasn't changed in a few years, but she went through a period of time about 4 years ago where she really flared up bad. We all personally think it was a reaction to a particular treatment they were giving her because she went to shit in a handbag and within 24 hours. She went from a working girl every day, driving, doing everything on her own, to she's somewhat of a vegetable now. Can't even walk. She can talk. Her memory's shot to shit.
No, you can't go outside.
It's kind of a sad situation, but I got to go see my sister. So
Yeah, you definitely got to go and visit. I'm sorry to hear that.
really went wrong. She ended up with a brain infection. It was called JC virus, and then it turned into what they call PML, which I can't even say the whole disease. But if anybody wants to know what PML is, Google it, and you'll see why the doctors call it PML. But on that note, I'm glad she's still happy. She's still alive. I just wish she could improve and do more. I've never used the universal
True.
extension sockets. I gotta be honest with you, Super. In all the years I've been doing, I've never used it. Anybody wants to jump on? I threw the link up.
Come on in, guys.
Trolls are welcome too. Chinese gamers, Hions, young punks. You're all welcome. It's Christmas, man. I mean, Mickey Mouse can show up. Maybe Turner will.
Catfish.
I got myself some honey. Let's go, Piglet.
Those USA Milwaukee players are pretty nice, actually, Sergio.
So, do you guys want to see the best deal on Amazon right now? What $74 US or $99 Canadian get you? Get you a blue box.
That's all right, Shannon. It's something I've been dealing with for quite a few years now, but I do appreciate the fact you have sorrow over it. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Life takes wicked turns. That is the biggest piece of shit cooling system pressure tester I've ever seen.
Nah.
I've seen something like that Astro sells. I would never buy that one or Astros.
$79 US. That's the best deal on Amazon right now.
And it's the same thing that Astro sells, but don't tell nobody.
Astro, Master Cool, they're all the same. $79. You can't beat that. What the hell?
The only thing is, if you ever need to replace any fittings or anything on that, you probably will have to get them from Astro.
No, actually, Acmer.
They actually give it to you in a fucking. No, I have that set, Turner.
Yeah.
I have that freaking. I think I paid $90 for it, but at the time I have that set. But there was a time I I needed to replace one of the adapters or some shit. Something was fucking leaking. Something was fucked up on it. I needed to replace one of the adapters, and I called them up. I finally went through all the chain and called them up, and they're like, "Oh, we don't sell that individual." And I'm like, "All right, fuck it, I'll call Astro."
These are made in China, but they're packaged this way for a company in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, called Acmer, and they actually do have spare parts. So if you do lose one, you can actually contact Acmer, and they.
You're gonna be mad. You're gonna be very mad because guess what? One of Santa Claus elves just showed up. And he says they got him for $27 to $50. He paid around $30 a month ago.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, that price that was a Boxing Day price. They did have them during the that Boxing Day sale for, I think it was $45 US and $60 Canadian. It was a good deal, but I missed that one.
I miss a lot of good deals.
We're never rich enough to afford a deal. I think the best deal on Amazon going, they had the SunX mid-length 3/8 socket sets, $34.99 or $32.99 is, I think, either 32 or $34. Semi deeps.
Anyway, like I said, I miss out on all the great deals. The other day, I had a customer come in the shop, and he's like, "Man, I can't." He was a Southern guy too, man. He's like, "This city going to, your town going to shit." I'm like, "This ain't my town. This is just where I work." Well, this town's still going to shit. And I'm like, "Why do you say that?" He's like, "I pulled in McDonald's down the street there. I pulled in, and there are ladies standing outside. Blow job for a Big Mac. Blow job for a Big Mac." He said, "First of all, I thought to myself, can you believe that this woman's standing there with the sign, blow job for a Big Mac?" And nobody
It's
takes
a little overpriced nowadays. What's a Big Mac nowadays? $12?
Well, I don't know what a Big Mac is single. I know the combo like $10.99 or $11.99, but she got a sign there. So he's like, I felt it was the right thing to do. Go up, and when I went to the drive-thru, talk to the management, and let them know there's some woman standing out there saying blow job for a Big Mac. So I said, "What did you
give her a job?"
I said, "Did you actually tell them?" And he's like, "Of course I told them." I said, "Then I also told them I want 10 Big Macs."
Yeah.
So I'm like, "Did it work?" He's like, "Hell yeah. I only ate one of them." She was hungry.
Apparently on
I got
January,
my truck. I drove over to McDonald's. She was gone.
Apparently on January 2nd, if you can find a Snap-on truck dealer and walk into the truck and spell supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, you will get 25% off. Honest.
Or if you did that.
Honest. I'm not just saying this to make you all go walk onto a Snap-on truck and make monkey. I said on January 2nd, if you can find a Snap-on truck dealer, walk on the truck, spell supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, you will actually get 20% off.
I'll get 20% off because I'll just grab my Snap-on dealer right by his trach, and I'll be squeezed it until he pisses his pants. I'll be like, "No, this 5-piece wrench set, $600, not $8." And I'll let go of him, and I'll say, "Dude, you got to change your pants." And he's like, "Just take the wrenches." I am buying that 5-piece wrench set that's $800. I told my Snap-on dealer I'll give you $600 for it. No, JWC, that is not confirmed. What has been confirmed, to my knowledge, is Snap-on bought the patent on the pliers from Matco. the Nebraska factory had an auction. They sold off all their equipment, and they sold the property, I guess, and everything.
I
So
wonder if the patent was part of the deal for the whole company and all the tooling.
my assumption is, well, Melco, that's what brought it to my attention. Melco never made this. They never made this little 6.5-inch long nose or needle nose plier. My assumption is Snap-on bought the patent. They're still working on the patent. They're keeping their mouths shut. They're not saying where they're building them. They're not saying shit. They just send some of the shit out to their dealers, and they're selling them at a very high price, of course. I mean, it says Snap-on on it, not Icon, so it's worth like $80, right? If it said Icon, it'd only be worth $24.95.
Right.
But because it's just Snap-on, it's worth $80. But
$29 for the coupon.
my assumption is they're still probably working through all the legal processes of everything, and they'll eventually release the fact that they are now the manufacturer of them, and they have a patent on them. They probably won't ever say we bought the patent from Melco, and it probably will come out in what factory they're building them in. And I was talking to Chad, or let's just say CP, and we're kind of both in agreement. There's a good chance they're being built down in Tennessee. Their newest factory that's got tons of property on it, and that is a stamping plant in Tennessee. So there's a good chance that's where they're doing it. But that factory in Nebraska is definitely close.
Yeah, JWC Tech Lowe's has usually got some pretty cool stuff around Christmas. They have a bunch of the Craftsman Overdrive stuff. I bought the SAE wrench set. It's like poor man's RBRT.
Well, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with any of the new Icon tools. I don't know. I mean, I understand. Yeah, Leeser, Merry Christmas to you too. Thanks for jumping on.
Merry Christmas, brother.
The issue I got with Harbor Freight and the Icon line, maybe it's going to be a trend. Do you realize, for the most part, and tell me I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. But I've been in this industry a long time. I've never seen another corporation attack top manufacturers on their hottest items and try to copycat them and sell them at pennies on the dollar compared to buying the real deal. I've never seen anybody do that before, and Harbor Freight is currently doing that. They're ripping off the shit out of not just Snap-on, they're ripping off the shit out of Knipex, and it is, according to the Germans, Knipex or Knipex.
Well, they did it to Channel Lock first with the Doyle line, right?
Yeah. Well, Channel Lock now is owned by another company, I believe. In
Crescent, right?
no, I thought fuck me. No, well, not really. Please don't. Unless you're really small.
Well, any port in a storm, Dave. Any port in a storm.
What the? Just because I don't have this tool truck comes to my shop. Cornwell. Didn't Cornwell buy out Channel Lock?
It's entirely possible.
I'm pretty sure Cornwell bought out Channel Lock. Maybe JWC knows and they'll let us know.
They've got a hell of a Channel Lock set on sale right now, and it looks like Matco's blowing theirs out.
No, that's some bullshit, Supra. Your wife stole your Snap-on razor that you got from the Snap-on truck for Christmas.
My guy actually gave me the big game tote this year. I haven't opened it up yet.
My Mac dealer gave everybody, of course, the little calendar and the little notepad and the little screwdriver on one side, or what used to be a
Magnet.
pocket. It used to be a pocket screwdriver / pocket pry bar / magnet.
Yep.
He gave the same old normal shit out, and he usually gives out a pair of socks to everybody. Also, I noticed this year he was a lot cheaper, but with me, he gave me not only a set of socks and his normal little, the little fucking calendar, and which I have to say, Mr. July looks pretty good in it. But anyway, he gave me a set of a free rechargeable Easy Red neck light.
Nice.
I mean, it's actually branded Easy Red, so I think it's like what they retail for, like $59.95. Well, on his truck probably. But he gave it to me. He said, "Thanks for being such a great customer for the last 28 years plus." And I'm like, "Jim, is that why you called me out to the truck?" He said, "You need to come out to the truck today." I'm like, "You see, saying he had to like hit the road quick. He had a doctor's appointment." I'm like, "Dude, Jim, just run my normal. I'll talk to you after the first of the year." He's like, "Well, come out to the truck for a minute. Take a look around. You might see something new that you like." I'm like, "Do you have anything new?" He said, "Well, no, not really, but come out to the truck." So he made sure he gave them to me in a way it looks like I went off the truck and bought them. He said, "Don't tell nobody in the shop I gave you this."
Right.
I'm not going to tell them that you gave it to me and fuck the rest of you guys because you don't buy shit. He didn't even give some of the guys in the shop socks.
I got a T-shirt from Cornwell.
I thought it was pretty outstanding of them to give them the calendar, the free little mini screwdriver, and the magnet.
Yeah.
And the calendar, considering they never even get on his truck.
Yeah.
Never, ever have they gotten on his truck, and he still gave it to him.
Yeah, not everybody got a T-shirt. I got a T-shirt from Cornwell, and Cornwell's calendar had titties on it. Everybody else's had cars.
No, mine's got tits on it. My Mac calendar. Said Miss July looks quite nice. I'm not going to down any of the other months of the year either.
Matt Cofred gave me a candy cane and 2 Nebo lights. Nice Nebo lights. The stick-on ones with the light switch on them. Looked like they'd been in his garage for a year. He probably bought a gross of them. But he did all right. But Snap-on, I think, was the best. I got 2 Snap-on hats, a pair of socks, and then the game tote.
Hey, Jason, where'd he get the Redbacks from? My Macco dealer did give out free socks too. So I got some Redback socks. I've never tried them before. I wore them today, and I actually have to say I really love them. They're made out of a bamboo material.
Yep, bamboo socks.
But I thought the Redback boots they weren't bringing to. I thought they were stopping the sale of them in the United States. I thought something went wrong with Redback, and
they got a government contract over there. They got to fill. I have a set of the Bobcats, and they don't fit.
I've always wore Red Wings.
Damn good boot.
Yeah, I've got no complaints with them.
I tried getting they want me wearing work boots and
Nebo. I don't know about Nebo.
Nebo's all right. I've got some Nebo lights.
I'd have to see that. I'd have to see a Nebo light. 10,000 lumens is fucking bright. JWC. That's
Yeah,
really
I've got a few of their lights. They're fantastic, man. The little square LED rechargeable ones. Real good lights.
I'll have to check into. I'm hearing this off. Where did I hear? I'm trying to remember who to fucking took. Just a second. My fan just fell over. I got air circulating in the garage here. I guess that's good enough. Somebody told me that Cornwall bought Vice or bought Channel Lock.
It's possible.
Turner's showing us a coin. It's been watching Cajun too much.
He got his boxes. You see his video?
This one got JFK's head on it.
All right.
I don't know if that's special, but there's no hole in his head, so it was stamped before he got shot.
He's such an asshole. He's such an asshole. Like they really fucking mint a coin with a fucking his head blasted off in a hole. You and I both know that Lee Harvey Oswald did not do that.
It's got to have.
How do we know that? Because
holding his head together on the coin.
how do we know that? You're Canadian, and I have background. Let's just say I have background, and there's no way that those shots all came from Lee Harvey Oswald. That is bullshit. That is a government cover up, and it will never be. Truth will never be told.
There's the babushka lady.
Dude, that was a through and through shot.
Yeah, the babushka lady.
Those were fucking extremely
man.
high-end shooters. They were the best of the best, and our government knows who those people are at that particular time.
Yeah, the babushka lady.
Well, maybe
She was
they
a
were
World
dressed
War
up as
II
a
sniper.
maybe they were dressed up as a babushka lady, but bottom line, it wasn't Lee Harvey Oswald. Who I'm not saying he never took a shot. It wasn't it wasn't all him. Just look at the whole situation.
Lee Harvey would
Jack
have been too
Ruby-
drunk.
Jack Ruby went into the fucking police station or the courthouse and fucking shot him. Jack Ruby was then found fucking hanging in his cell. And then the people that were linked to Jack Ruby were found dead in their homes. And you go on and on and on. Everybody ended up fucking dead. Everybody ended up dead. Like Al Capone said, what was that movie? Scarface.
Yeah.
You got nothing. You got nothing. I want their fucking fish dead. I want their mother dead. I want their father dead. I want their kids dead. I want everything dead. You know why he's screaming like that and having a spaz? They got nothing because they had everything.
I thought they put radioactive isotopes under that dude's bed in jail, and that's how they got him.
When you ever see Trump act like that, when you see Trump act like Scarface, you know it's over for him.
That was Jack Ruby.
Yeah, Ruby got killed with radiation. They didn't find him hanging. They put radioactive isotopes in his mattress.
That's not what's reported, is it?
They fucking poisoned him with radiation, dude.
But didn't they report him? He was hanging.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
When you see Donald Trump when you see him say, "Hey, indict me again. It's a beautiful thing," and all of a sudden he gets on TV and says, "I want fucking Biden dead. I want this one dead. I want that." I shouldn't have said that. I'm just gonna get flagged now. I want them all fucking dead. It's not a beautiful thing. Then you know Trump is caught.
Yeah, you don't joke around about U.S. presidents, man. You get banned from crossing the border.
I know about that.
A freaking joke, and they banned me 5 years.
Dude, I had a friend. Fuck me too. I have a friend that did that shit on fucking Twitter. He made some smart ass remark on Twitter, and next thing you know, he had fucking agents at his house. And he's like, he got through all that bullshit and said, "Hey, it was just a fucking joke." Blah 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 blah. And next thing you know, he wants to go to fucking Windsor. He's trying to cross the border. They won't let him across because he's a terrorist threat. And he's like, "What do you mean?"
No.
Well, you were investigated for a particular thing that you posted on Twitter. He's like, "But I was never charged. I was just questioned about it, and I explained it was a mistake." Well, we still won't let you in. You're a terrorist threat. Say, turn him around and send him home.
Yeah.
I was like, you gotta be kidding me. He's like, no. He said I was a terrorist threat.
Damn.
But yeah, CNN reporters that fucking lie out their ass and say whatever they want. And, you know, Rachel Mad Cow. I know her name is Maddow, but I call her Mad Cow because she's a mad cow. She can say whatever she fucking wants. And they never bust their balls.
Well, she's given a script. They know what she's going to say.
You know what I really want to know? How hard do these reporters work on crying about stuff on national TV? I mean, you're on national TV as a reporter, and you actually start like showing tears in that. I mean, that takes talent. I can't do that. I can't like fake cry and actually turn it into real crying for view count. And it's pretty pathetic how some of these reporters actually do that. And boy, do they win over the audience when they do that. All of a sudden, the chat got quiet. It must be.
Is it too politicized?
We won't talk politics.
We don't have to talk politics. We can talk about anything we want.
So, did you get any new tools, Turner?
Shit. No, Amazon's delayed. I got a really cool digital computerized compression tester coming, and it records the cylinder information and stuff like that. And that's not here. And I've got a whole bunch of stuff that has coming. The only thing I've got was that coolant kit that I ordered.
Who did you get the digital pressure tester through?
O'Toole, AUTOOL.
No.
Same company that you got that electrical tester from?
Yep.
What do you think of that electrical tester?
Oh, friggin' loving it. I'm slowly working on editing the videos so they actually make sense, but I love the thing. The friggin' thing is wicked. And the coil on plug test, it's dead accurate. I put it up against my actual oscilloscope. Same signal, same everything. The thing is accurate. And the relay testing, like the start stop function, the signal generator, it does makes a signal generator, and not only that, it's a multimeter. So it's actually really impressive.
Well, I checked that tool out.
Did you?
I checked it out.
It is really useful.
It's not something I don't think I have any use for. I basically have.
You've got an oscilloscope and all that, but if you want something that you can just grab quick and you don't have to do a big setup. But the nice thing about it is the pinout tests that you can do. You can actually use it for doing pinout tests on the ECU and stuff like that. So it's a quick little handy tool if you don't want to pull out the laptop and hook up the oscilloscope.
Quick and handy is always a useful tool.
Yeah.
And at the price point that they have it at, it's something that would be worth looking into.
Well, the coil on plug is like you just plug it in, you turn it on, you click ignition, and there you go. You're testing.
What's the price point of that tool?
You can get it for $99 US from their actual website.
So it's just say it's $100+
No, it's like
If it does what it says it does,
$150.
if it does
It's
what it
worth
says
every
it does,
penny.
if it does what it says it does, it's worth $100
Mm-hmm.
for a quickie tester.
Well, it's the only one that actually has coil on plug technology out there, like multimeter that has coil on plug. Like it has a little probe that you screw onto it. It takes 5 seconds to set it up, and you're sitting there testing all your coils, getting the signal generation done.
Well, that's not true. The Snap-on does the same thing.
No, you gotta buy the probe separate though with theirs, and
Yeah,
and
you're
their
talking
probe,
a lot more money. You're talking a
they're-
lot more.
yeah,
money.
and they're like that's the thing. The probe is really expensive. This thing here, it comes with it on it, and it also works. Well, that I also discovered that it's sensitive enough to actually pick up diesel injector signal. The pulse width on diesel injectors, it's that sensitive. But no, for something that you can carry in your back pocket throughout the day and do quick tests and quick functions and that, and test your relays and everything, it's sweet. Like the guys at the shop are loving it. And then the next thing I'm going to get from them is their fuel injection pressure test, and then their
It's been treated
their-
already.
then their oil pressure tester.
What is up, Fluffy Mexicanica?
Wow.
Fluffin' eater.
You're still wrapping gifts. You know what? That's why I had 2 daughters. I haven't wrapped a gift this year.
I'm almost done. Sorry, guys.
What were you doing? Whacking off?
Well, that too, but I gotta squeeze the cheese packet into the noodles.
Squeeze the cheese packet into
That sounds a little erotic.
Well, it's not the Velveeta brand. It's
Welcome to
not what
welcome
it
to
sounded like.
Frosty's fans
Squeeze
only.
the-
Watch me
squeeze the-
squeeze the cheese packet.
packet into the noodles.
Frosty's fans only page.
Oh yeah.
Can this be used as a crucifixion? Back, you Ford. Back to where you came from, you Ford.
Okay.
What is
No,
up?
O does not come before K. Learn your alphabet.
What is up, Diabolical? I hope you and your family have a good Christmas. Good holidays, John. You working on any new projects, John? Anything we haven't seen yet?
There we go.
Nah. All I want for Christmas. My kids asked me what I wanted for Christmas. So
Hippopotamus.
Huh?
Hippopotamus.
No. So I gave them part numbers and everything, but it's an Epic 84-inch with the hutch, 2 side lockers, another add-on cabinet, another add-on side cabinet, and What else? Oh, in the top storage chest on top of the hutch.
I don't want to know how your children are making that kind of money at their age. I don't.
Well, I'm going to be disappointed on the Christmas day. I can already
I
tell.
bet you they're gonna get
There's
you a
no
little miniature
boxes.
one. You can buy all
There's
that
no
on
boxes around here.
AliExpress this big.
There's no boxes
AliExpress
around
sells
here.
all that stuff. It's this big.
There's nothing around here that's big enough. There's nothing in the house, the driveway, the garage, the base. Well, it better not be in the fucking basement because they'll never get it out of it. They would never get it in the basement. But nothing around my workplace that leads me to believe that I got my gift. What opinions do you want on an O3 Accord Coupe with a 2.4 liter? They were solid vehicles. That's all I can tell you. JWC, they were solid vehicles. I mean, there's only a few motors. There's only a few vehicles Honda built that had any serious consistent issues, but the O3, they were solid.
VTEC 6s, right?
That is true. Did any of you guys catch Theo's video on how he moved his box?
Yeah.
That is a cool trailer.
I saw Raging Cajun picked up his boxes.
What he made a video of?
Yeah, he did a video of it.
I got to check my YouTube account.
Unboxing, putting wheels on it.
I haven't been getting any notifications other than I'm only getting notifications from 2 channels, and that's CP the Tool Addict and Fluffy Mexicanic. All the other notifications I used to get, they're not showing up anymore.
I think you have to turn them off and back on.
Yeah, once in a while I don't know why YouTube it gets weird. Once in a while it shuts shit off on you automatically. What would you use locking C-clamp pliers for? You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about.
Holding stuff down.
Yeah, welders use the shit out of them.
Yep.
Yeah, holding
Welders
stuff down
and
when you're welding.
woodworkers who use them.
But I mean, you have other uses for them.
Yeah, or if you're going to rivet some siding on something.
Chad gave me a heads up. CP gave me a heads up on a good deal for it. So he already bought what he wants to buy. I already bought what I want to buy. So I'll let you all in on it if anybody wants to check them out. Acme Tool has got the Melco Eagle grips, basically half off on all of them for the C-clamp pliers. So you're looking at like $25 for a set of those high quality C-clamp Melco grips.
That's a good price. They're going to be $75-$80 when they show up on the Snap-on truck.
Try like 120.
Yeah.
They've been on the Snap-on truck. They've been on the Snap-on truck. They're up there. But Acme Tools got a really good deal on them right now. And that's a type of clamp that I would expect that the quality they're built at, you're not going to have to worry about the fact that you don't have a lifetime warranty now that Melco's out of business. They're going to, if you take care of them and don't let them rust up to shit, they're going to last you for the rest of your life. But Acme Tools got a really good price on them. I think they were both. They're all ranging. They're all ranging right around $25 mark per player. And JWC Tech confirms it 2486. That's probably the 8 or 11 inch. I think they're both around that exact same price. Or say $25. But that type of player with the quality that's built into it, I don't see you ever having to worry about a warranty issue. So why not buy the best and get the Melcos, get them at a hell of a price? Of course, there's some at Walmart.com. Also, Walmart.com, you can buy everything. You guys ever check that out? Walmart.com?
Anything you want's on there,
Yeah, anything you want.
but it's never in stock.
I saw it one time I was digging through, and don't ask me why this shit popped up, but it said Chinese condoms, 12 pack, $3.99. I'm like, fuck this for $3.99. I'm gonna order them. What the fuck is a Chinese condom? And I got the package in the mail, and it tells you all this safe sex information. Got the directions how to use it. Leave an air gap at the head of your, you know what, and all that shit. But I'll tell you what, it works perfect on a finger you cut. You cut a finger, you slide the Chinese condom on it, it works fine.
Nice.
It holds the blood in until it clots and stops bleeding. You don't have to worry about running and getting a bandage right away.
I'm gonna get hold of your daughters and I'm gonna tell them just to buy you an ant farm.
We got our special guest for the night popping on right now.
Is it a Mexican that doesn't know how to Mexican? No,
Hey,
it's a TP.
I
Henry.
identify as a tool.
I'm glad Doggo is happy.
Yeah, he's already damn near blown through that bag. You know, them some bitches are 17 bucks a bag. I bought two of those bags, which was, you know, I mean, and that some bitch is already blown through a 40-ounce bag already. Bought those on December 11th, and it hadn't even been just over a week, and he's done blowing through them things.
Damn.
Pet food is ridiculous now. We spend like $1,000 a month just to feed 9 cats. It's stupid. It's stupid.
What the fuck? $1,000 a month to feed 9 cats?
Oh, that's crazy.
Let the
It's
fuckers
horrible.
outside. They'll eat the fucking shit out of stuff, man.
I'd start
Cats-
killing rabbits and feed them.
Cats
to 'em.
will Turner. Cats will survive.
I'd be starting to raise mice.
babies.
I'd start farming mice if they were costing me that much money.
Oh, they hunt mice, they hunt rabbits, they hunt everything, but they still
No,
come home and
that's what I'm
demand
saying.
the good stuff. They come home.
So
and
does
demand
mine.
the good stuff.
I will agree with Turner. My fucking Maine Coon goes out and fucking kills the shit out of everything. Rabbits. You name it. Little rodents, everything. He fucks them all up.
Yeah.
I think it's pissing me off right now. Is the son of a bitch got to be friends with a goddamn raccoon.
Oh no.
So when he's outside, because he was born and raised outside, so it's hard to keep him inside. I never let him out unless he's really bugging the hell out of me to go out. Then I might say, "Yeah, fuck it, go outside." And then I call him back in every night, and he always comes back to me, no matter where he is. Sometimes it takes a while; he could be a mile away for all I know, but he hears me and he comes back. But
Well, Turner needs to take up donations for cat food.
but this son
Can
of a
you
bitch
send
is friends with
contact? Turner needs to
I don't know where I don't know what tree this raccoon's living in. I don't know what
Well,
tree.
if I didn't have 9 cats, I could go to Hair Club for Men and get this fixed.
I have an idea what tree.
$1,000 a month. That's insane. That's got to be like they got to be pulling through like 100 pounds of food.
We got wet food, which is the expensive one.
Yeah, well, yeah.
We have their treats, the cookies. The bags of cat treats are like $6 a bag. Though one of those will last 2 days.
Treats.
And each cat eats 1 can of wet food a day at
How much do your cats
$1.50 a
weigh?
can.
How much
And
do you?
then we got and then whipped cream. They have to have whipped cream, and whipped cream is expensive right now.
God, that's
Oh,
just-
now we got the answer. Wait a minute.
They get angry. They get angry if we
off
don't
the
give them whipped
person
cream. They
who
look
eats
at us
that
as food.
He
If we
buys
don't give them whipped cream, we're
cream.
not waking up in the morning.
You
We're
don't buy
dead.
whipped cream for the cats. You give
I
the
think
cats the
it's
whipped
like you
cream.
probably just go find commercial tuna. You're out there by the ocean. You're close enough by the ocean. Certainly, there's somebody selling commercial tuna for cheap.
What,
Temptation.
you're chicken of the sea. I never seen any chickens in the sea.
Yeah, I never have either.
I'll tell you what, when the fishing's bad
No, but
and we're
anyway.
catching the skipjack and stuff like that, I bring that
I know.
shit
Turner. Why are you giving your
Boil it
cat
up.
whipped cream?
It's cat food.
Don't ask me. It just happened one day, and now we have
Out
to
of
do
the
it every
can?
single day.
Is out of a can?
Yep.
Oh, I got it all. This totally explains Turner. Totally explains it. Thank you.
And it's real whipped cream.
He
It's
gives-
not that oil stuff. It's real
No,
whipped
he
cream.
gives the whipped cream to his kitty cats. Kitty cats eat it up, love it, get all fat on it.
You know what Turner needs?
Turner sits there
Koi
when
pond.
the can's empty. When the can's empty, Turner does whip it, and he goes, "Okay, I'm going on mute. I'm going on
Turner needs
YouTube
a
right
tilapia pond.
now. I'm
Turner
going on
needs a
fucking
tilapia
YouTube
pond
right now."
and a cow
Five
so he can make his own whipped cream and raise fish for the cats.
Yeah.
Five whippets. It's time for YouTube, baby.
$1,000
Our problem is we spoiled them and they're used to it. Now we can't break them out of the habit. They're too old. We let them get away with it too long.
Deep into my that would cut deep. Hey Shannon, that would cut deep into my tool fund.
Right? That's why I'm still working, is because of these things.
Well, guess you love your cats, so can't say don't work because you got 9 cats. I mean, I'm an animal lover, so
Mm.
I'm allergic as hell to cats. So I personally,
And we also have 4 raccoons. We have 4 raccoons that eat dog food.
You know why they eat dog poop? Because dogs only digest about like 60 to 70% of what they eat, and the rest is still in their shit.
That makes sense why my dog eats all the time.
And same with cats. And same with cats.
Well,
That's why
that's the
dogs
thing is
love to eat
your,
cat shit.
your dog will digest more of it if you like water it down, because they're like dogs salivate a lot, but when they actually eat, their salivation stops. It's when they're hungry and they see the food, they salivate like crazy, but it froths, and that froth doesn't give lubrication to go with the food to help digest. Raccoons, on the other hand, they don't salivate. They have no saliva glands. So with raccoons and certain other animals, you have to make sure there's water by the food. And that's why you see raccoons, they'll grab the food, dip it in water and eat it, because it's easier for them to digest. But dogs, they salivate, but with their saliva froths, and that froth doesn't do the same thing.
There's a few times I fucking tried to get my cat back in the last few weeks at night. And he comes back in, and I cannot believe it.
Don't feed your trap.
This fucking raccoon is fucking walking right next to him, behind him.
What did you break for a ratchet?
Oh,
I can't. I don't know what's. I'd say maybe. I'm guesstimating 15 to 18 pound raccoon. So I don't think it's that old.
we gotta.
And that motherfucker was
giant
standing right next to
goddamn
my
track
cat. My cat has no problem with it. And my cat almost, when I get a cat and I'm like trying to make sure the raccoon don't come in the house, my cat actually turns like sad and looks like, well, you're not letting him in either. And the raccoon actually stands out there and like, I can't come in. I'm like, get the fuck out of here, dude.
Dave's gonna wake up one morning with a mancoon and a
No, I'm gonna go
raccoon
across
on
the
each
street,
side
cut
of
the
him.
neighbor. I'm gonna go across the street, cut the neighbor's fir tree down because I think that's where he lives. Cut his home down, and he got to move somewhere else.
Hey, he's keeping the mice, the rats, and the bugs at bay.
Yeah, we got a giant trash panda.
Yeah.
Comes up on the porch at night and eats the cat food, and he's not afraid of people.
Well,
Again, my
cats and raccoons are known to get along in the wild.
the skunk too. The skunk I don't
Yeah,
mind.
skunks too. You're right. Skunks too, and cats will get along. You know what doesn't get along? You know what doesn't get along with a cat? Is
Me.
Reptiles. No,
I
reptiles.
don't know what's wrong with cats. I'm
Reptiles.
allergic to them.
Snakes hate cats. Because you know why? The cat normally wins.
I don't like cats neither.
I didn't
Just
use
I don't. I gotta be honest with you. I don't particularly care. I personally don't care for
I
cats.
walk into a house and somebody has a cat in, my eyes turn red, my fucking nose plugs up. I turn to shit real quick.
I'm the exact same way. Not the exact same way. I'm fine as long as I don't touch them and then touch my face. And that even goes for my own cats that live here every day in my house. I can't explain it. I'm sure their fur gets on. I know their fur gets on all kinds of shit. But if the cat comes up to me and I'm petting them, and then I go like this or something, my eyes will just blow up.
Yeah.
But if I wash my hands, that don't happen after touching the cat.
Oh, Henry gets
And I don't let him sleep in my room. I do not let the cat sleep in my bedroom.
Henry gets me stuffed up sometimes. Pet dander in general makes me get like he's got some shedding going on now, and I got some blockage. I did not get the. When did you send that Barton Dominium deed? Listen, we need to screenshot this. JWC Tech's already admitted he sent me a deed for an 80 by 120 shop. I'm gonna hold you to this one. Ugh. I'm up way too late. It wouldn't have been for my brother talking to me.
Well, I'll let that be between you and JWC.
Huh? Finally got the Icon USA. Oh yeah, tell me about it. Those things are absolutely worthless. Unless you're a damn electrician, I don't see how those things ever
Talk
work.
about those front bullnose shit
The
things.
hammerhead ones, where they're at the end. Those strippers that have it in.
They suck.
Yeah.
I found a set of.
I would agree with you.
today.
I agree with you, Diabolical. I grew out about 75% of my cat allergies. It's just still actually touching them once in a while. And then if I touch my face after touching them, very often will still create an issue, but only with my eyes.
Well, you've been divorced. You've been divorced for a while, Dave, so I can see why you're allergic to pussy.
A lot
You've
of
already been
girlfriends.
screwed over once. You've already been screwed over once. A man don't usually go back and do the same thing twice.
True.
I wish I'd be moving to Iowa. I don't know if I need 120, 80 by 120 shop. That's a little bit more than I'll ever have in my entire life.
80 by what?
80 by 120. That's pretty excessive for.
That's pretty good size shot.
That's a lot of room for one guy to have. You know, I mean, unless I had other people working for me, 80 by 120. First of all, I don't want to collect that much junk indoors. That's the one problem. I don't have that much shit as it is. People think I do, but I mean, most of my shit's in my garage. But in my house, I'm pretty simple person. I don't even have a couch. I don't even have a TV anymore. I got rid of my TVs. I have a rocking chair, and I have a kitchen table and chairs, and I have my bed in my bedroom. But as far as a bunch of furniture goes, I have a dresser. I'm pretty simple. I don't have a lot of shit. Some shit up on the walls and shit. My kitchen is about the most place I have stuff. What's that? You get a CT861?
No,
Oh,
761, the old brushless one. Do you know why? It's half an
Wow.
inch shorter, and the circumference around
yeah.
is 3/8 smaller. It's perfect for transmission disassembly. That's what I
Yeah.
bought it for. Was for transmission disassembly.
That's
I
still a
love
good
it.
piece.
And I got it, and because it's the old brushed one, and they're trying to clear them out. I got it dirt cheap with 2 batteries. I paid like $300 for it with 2 batteries.
I just got the 861. It was expensive.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking about the 861, but I was looking at some of the spaces that I have to get into in the transmissions, and that 3/8 of an inch made it the same size as the normal Milwaukee one, and it doesn't fit.
I have not had any problems with mine yet.
No. Well, I wouldn't mind getting one of those one of the 861s just for the extra power for disassembly for like working on the car, like the engines and that. But
I'll be
But this
honest with
thing
you.
working
I
for
don't know what the difference is because I've only owned an 861. I never owned a 761. So
100 foot-pound torque. 100 foot-pound torque.
Well, I know that, but I mean, I don't know, like, actually, like, the feel, you know what I mean? Like, after using it, like, I don't know. I've heard guys say that they don't really notice a whole lot of difference because they don't use them for shit like that. You know what I mean? They're not
What is
using them to mask out stuff. They're taking, normal 10 millimeter, 8 millimeter shit out with it all the time, and anything really that gets too much bigger, they're getting a bigger tool for anyways because they know it's not going to do it. So.
Well,
We
for
talked about the
disassembly, this thing's
761.
perfect. Just perfect for disassembly.
761 between 861. The biggest difference I can guarantee you between the two. The biggest difference I can guarantee you between two. And I'm sure Diabolical can confirm this. I don't know about forward power for like reassembly, but reverse power, the 861 probably has about 60 foot-pounds, 50 foot-pounds, maybe a touch more, maybe a touch less over the 761. Its reverse power is definitely higher than the 761.
Right, but I'm saying
I
is
don't know how much difference there is in the forward power.
I hear a lot of guys that had 761 say that they don't utilize the max power because they're still doing the same shit with it that they were doing with the 761 and they weren't really complaining. If it's your only tool, I could see where a guy would overuse it.
Fluffy, what did CP say that's wrong?
I don't know I don't know if he was talking about you when I said allergic or which one he was talking about. I cracked a couple of jokes there.
I don't know. My 861, I feel like it's narrower than the Milwaukee M12 stubby.
Oh, it is. But
it is. That's why guys love it. And they love the trigger.
I like the longer nose part, but I will say this: I like the longer length of the tool.
Yeah.
Like either 761 or 861. I like the nose cone. Those stubby impacts. What I don't like is you end up got to put extensions on more.
Yeah, because it's real fat where you're working.
Yeah, real fat. But none of that. The head's not long enough. There's no head, and then the gap from the actual drive to the edge of the tool is massive. They're too beefy for tight spaces.
I think they did the wrong thing with a lot of these stubby tools. Even my DeWalt, my DeWalt that I use, I literally I'd rather have the 861 because it's just nicer to be able to stick that in a tighter area. Not like we're not talking super tight area, but I don't want to have to put an extension on because we know that that's going to lose torque. They should have been making these things skinnier and longer versus shorter and fatter. But what they're doing is they're building bigger hammer assemblies. They're doing the easy way out. They're trying to put bigger hammer assemblies. So they're taking basically 1/2-inch hammer assemblies and put them in these smaller impacts. So that way they can get more power out of them. Which is the wrong way to do it, but it was easy from an engineering standpoint.
That is true, JWC. Although brushless does have its advantages if you're working near open fuel and flames. A lot of guys can do that with electric tools. I mean, I've done it with electric tools and never had a problem, but you still have to make sure you have a good airflow going Don't be in a real tight enclosed environment with a brush tool near fumes or gas or any of that shit. You're
Right.
taking a good chance. And yes, Fluff.
Yes.
CP is the king of the fucking one-liners that just pop out of his fucking brain like a motherfucker.
The big reason why I took the real
Check this
big
out.
reason why I took this one, not just because it's a little bit smaller, I paid $300 for it with 2 batteries. 2 batteries in Canada is $150 each. So I got the tool for free.
This is proof once again that you can.
And I used the Snap-on ratchets. Like I needed a couple new batteries for my Snap-on ratchets, anyways.
The thing is that this is proof that you can buy good
Now,
Snap-on
Fluffy's
tools.
talking about the JJs too now. Fluffy's saying 3 inches is all he needs. It's all she needs. But she prefers 6 or 8 or 10.
Listen, they can't feel you after 3 anyways, Fluffy. You tell them.
That's only what you 40s say.
I don't know about you guys, but the only one I got to please with it is me.
That's the way to be. There was something I saw that I was going to make a comment about. I thought it was by.
Did you talk about the deal that we got on the locking pliers on here?
Just a minute. I kind of mentioned it. It's a minute, so I don't lose train of thought. I thought I saw something here. Right here. We talked about this. The trigger is a game changer, and you mentioned in your video that other tool, and it was upon supposedly popular request that Snap-on produced the same tool with a switch.
It doesn't make any sense to me. I don't understand why Snap-on would think that
it's the same fucking, and that's the only reason it's a touch taller is for some reason by the time they put that variable trigger in there, variable speed trigger, and they added that little click it forward, click it reverse switch. Some reason they needed a touch more room in the tool. But the whole reason what part number is that?
824 or something. 832.
Chad's just made a video on it, so watch Chad's video.
That's what it is. The CT836 is what they call it.
836. Okay.
836. It is an 861. Instead of having a toggle switch that JWC Tech says is the game changer.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
Somebody told Snap-on it's not the game changer.
You've never had one before. Now that you're using one, what do you think about it? Do you like the toggle switch on that 761?
Yeah.
Turner?
Is he catatonic?
I love the toggle switch. Far better.
I love the toggle switch. And I asked my Snap-on guy, I saw one of those, whatever part numbers Chad's talking about. I said, what the fuck is this? And he said, it's an 861. It's the same damn thing. Instead of having the toggle switch, it's got a variable trigger and an on or forward reverse switch. And I'm like, why the hell would you guys do that? The toggle switch was a game changer, basically, is what I told him.
Has somebody heard?
And he said that
my channel whining about that.
He said that Snap-on got a lot of feedback saying that people would like it better if they had a forward and reverse in one trigger.
I want to know about these people. I want to know.
These are the people that keep hitting the wrong button.
They decided to supposedly the 761, 861, which I easily can believe, were the hottest sellers. So supposedly Snap-on made, and they're only going to do limited production according to my tool dealer. They made that 8 whatever the fuck number,
863 or something. Maybe it's an 863.
Whatever it is.
Yeah.
To see how that goes over, but most likely that will die the hell out.
Oh yeah, I ain't gonna live.
Well, see, it's the people that don't know how to use 2 fingers. They just hold it with 1 finger all the time. They keep it in the wrong direction. It's the stupid ones that don't know. You hold it like this. You don't hold it like a drill like this. You hold this one like this. A drill you hold like this.
No sense.
Like no
what are
sense.
you going to do?
Their brains don't function right.
The water, but you can't make them drink.
Yeah.
Just like Grandpappy used to say.
Yeah. Yeah.
You still wrapping presents, Fluff? He's probably just rolling paper and taping it. You're not using a stapler, are you, Fluff?
Yes.
Screw, nut, and bolts. I figured as much. Probably some duct tape.
Welder.
He's probably using Channel X and shit right now.
He's got the flux welder out.
I use Saran Wrap. Easiest way. CT838. It's a CT838 DB is what it's called.
838.
I don't know why the hell they did that.
For the stupid ones. For the ones that are stupid.
I don't understand. I don't understand.
That's a very good comment here right now.
Torque test has been going on and
When
on
you
and
buy
on
a fucking
sensitive triggers.
Especially where you're at, Turner, when you're buying a fucking tool for Snap-on, check the date code on the battery and don't accept the battery that's old.
Well, if I wasn't such a smart, if I was trying to be more
my dealers sell so much, the batteries are never old. They're all fucking new. But
if I would have been trying to be more of a sarcastic prick, I would have said the reason why they put the triggers in was for Harbor Freight fanboys to have something else to bitch about.
October this year. It's from October this year. But
that's
it's made
when the
in China.
version will come out.
It's made in China though.
Yeah, when's the Hercules coming out? The 668.
I'm
all Fluff
getting it.
needs is one finger.
I'm getting it. I'm getting all the new Hercules stuff.
I think Fluff watched Road Trip too much. All I need is one finger.
I'm thinking about doing a fake wedding, buying a bunch of Hercules tools, and then tying it behind my car so I can say just got married and drive down the road with them. See how many
You guys ever see the movie Road Trip, right?
No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm just being.
You ever seen the movie Road Trip?
Yeah. With Tom Green?
Now you're hitting with names. I don't fucking know. I don't know. A bunch of
Tom Green.
Yeah, he needs one finger.
Yeah.
When they got their fucking prostates milked, so they could come up with money because they came in a fucking jar.
Yes, JWC, I got my Temu order and I instantly regretted it. That's probably quite frankly,
is $1.
The only thing worth any money on Temu is their woodworking squares and stuff because they're actually pretty accurate. They're actually half decent.
I would. I honestly,
I've always wrapped my kids' gifts with newspapers so they have to read it shit before they fucking open it. I promote education.
I honestly wish that I took my $150 and gave it to a bum on a corner.
Now, if I had a son, I'd wrap it with freaking centerfolds out of Playboy magazine because I know he'd be really interested what's inside that box once he gets that paper off.
All Temu is Wish Part 2.
Where's
It's Wish version 2.0.
It is
Alibaba
so horrible.
is better quality than Temu. Alibaba and AliExpress are better quality than Temu.
I've never even used
better quality.
What are they? A manufacturer or is this?
No, they're websites that sell stuff from China and overseas. But the AliExpress sells stuff from Russia, China, Vietnam, and you get a really good selection, and they actually have a record of what quality they are. Where Temu doesn't, they don't have a quality rating.
Well, everything I had a 5-star rating on it. Everything I got was a 5-star rating, including the flexible tubing wrenches. Even had a video of some guy telling there's some guy standing there in his living room.
Oh, flexible tubing wrenches, ratcheting flexible tubing wrenches.
Yeah, there's a video on there on the Temu site where a guy was standing in his living room in front of his TV
I ordered from Amazon
with his dress pants on, talking about how good these things were and how they were really good quality, and he was really impressed with them. And I was like,
Temu and Wish are the bottom of the barrel of AliExpress. They're the stuff. It's the stuff that AliExpress can't even sell.
Yeah, it's terrible.
And
not only that, the actual getting it shipped and buying the purchasing experience is absolutely worse than actually going to. Yeah. Just think of the worst retail store you could go to in your town, and it's actually worse than that. The experience of buying was absolutely horrible because There's a stupid wheel that kept coming up spinning about discounts. Then it said it was out of stock. Then it said it was in stock. Wouldn't submit my order. An absolute disaster. Anybody that says that place is worth buying anything from, well, I mean, whatever. I'm just saying, like, it's just, I'm not saying they might have some hidden gems in there, but I will tell you this much right now: that place was absolutely a nightmare.
The only thing that they have on there that is actually any good is their woodpecker knockoffs, but you can get all of those things off AliExpress or Amazon for the same price, but you get a warranty and a guarantee with it, though. If you're not happy with it, they'll buy it back from you, or most of the time, AliExpress, they'll just send you your money back if you're not happy for it and that you keep it.
Yeah, this was just, I don't know what to say. This was terrible.
Wish and Temu, they're the bottom of the barrel. They're the stuff that no one can sell.
Yes,
the garbage of garbage.
JWC Tech, that's another one. Once you order, the app just sends notifications like every single minute, and it's just absolutely terrible. They have spammed the shit out of you. My email was so full, I had to block them. That's another one that was good. I'm gonna tell all this in the store and deal. They offered me $1,500. This is no bullshit. Temu offered me $1,500 to buy $150 worth of tools. No, they were gonna give me $150 worth of tools. Give me $150 worth of tools and make a positive review. That's what they said to me about about this shit. And I said, $1,500 is a lot of money. And I was like, damn, that's better than a good day at work.
Do you know my answer? Do you know my answer to them would have been? I would have said it would be better, more beneficial for me to become a politician, because when I lie as a politician, I get paid better.
Well, let's see what I actually said here, because it was nasty, nothing but nasty. I said your shit's garbage, dude. I'll tell you, I'm going to show it in my video, the exact word for word. Candy was one I talked to. There's 40 messages of them going back and forth, and I said, leave me alone. And I said, this is a joke. I said, your website. I do not consent to you selling my information to anyone, or business use only. They said, here's one here. No, I already selected my stuff. I'm paying for it out of my pocket. Leave me the fuck alone. I said, this is ridiculous. Are you guys seriously going to keep continuing to email me? And they're to keep telling me, we're going to pay you. We'll increase the payment. We'll do whatever. I said, I'm not interested. I'm done with your company. You gave me your stupid link. You wanted me to pick the dollar amount. And then you wanted to change your mind and tell me that I couldn't get this or that. I am out. I can do this on my own. I don't need you. And I said, I will make the video on my own, because you guys have hundreds of people out there selling this shit all over. When I looked on YouTube, I started looking on YouTube. They have hundreds of people on YouTube doing videos, and every one of them saying something good. And it's a joke. An absolute joke. 40 messages it took me to get him to stop talking to me.
Do a review like this. The only thing that's good about Temu is their ability to stalk you. They are the best stalker that I've ever had. I really rate their stalker rating at a 10 out of 10.
Dude, if you can see all the emails that I have right here, from the entire month of December, at 2 to 3 emails a day.
When it comes to stalkers, they're the best stalker in the world. Guarantee you. If you want a stalker, sign up.
If you want to make quick money and lie to people, and by all means, I think anybody. Honestly, if somebody who needs the money more than I do did it, and I would understand, just because fuck that company, like they need to take money out of that company's pocket because they're a joke. Yeah. But I don't. I mean, there's no way. Peter, did you fall asleep?
Yeah. He does that.
How does he do that?
I don't know. I like to ask him that question.
He's got apnea. He's got a sleep apnea.
No, he doesn't.
But you fall. Oh, hey.
There he is. He's alive.
You were asleep.
There we
I
go.
was.
Again. Mall Cop.
Yeah, I highly recommend don't downloading that amp, Shannon. It is one of the worst things that I have seen yet to date. They're terrible.
What's that called again? That movie with the Mall Cop?
Paul Blart.
Paul Blart.
Yeah, Paul Bart Mall Cop.
Oh no, there was another one. Observe
Bart?
and report. Observe
Yeah.
and report.
No, but was it Paul Bart?
I think so.
That's your new nickname.
Oh, he
Dave.
fell asleep because he had to
Your
eat
new
the sugar.
nickname is Bart.
No, but Paul Blart would fall asleep because he needed a sugar dose. He didn't have sleep apnea though. He had that was something low sugar.
Low blood sugar. No,
Yeah.
that ain't me. I can't wait for Monday. I'm not doing shit. I'm not getting out of bed until I want to get out of bed. Actually, tomorrow I'm going to sleep late too.
He's falling asleep to thinking about falling asleep and sleeping in late.
I went to bed pretty early last night. See, but I got up at 4:30. What time was I talking to you last night, Dave? It was about 11:30.
I don't know what time it was. I never pay attention to time. I'll sleep enough when I die.
We'll catch up with you.
What do you mean? I'm older than you.
I have naps under cars.
Don't tell anybody our secrets, Turner.
Well, the oil's draining. Hey.
They think we're working hard on a transmission. We're taking a nap.
Yeah.
Like, why do you have the hoist so low? Leave me alone.
Because I don't feel like standing right now. I just want everything in an arm's reach. Okay, now just go away. I'll be done in an hour.
What's up, Tarek?
We got one guy at the shop here that I'm working with that loves going for test drives, and we finally figured out why. It's an excuse for him to go flirt with a girl that he has a crush on at the coffee shop. Every half hour he's driving down there.
What the hell's Tencent? What's that? Tencent has their hands.
I have no idea.
Tencent has their hands in fucking everything.
Yeah, what's Tencent?
What's
Is
Tencent?
he talking about Temu?
Temu?
Or is that the name of the company? Is that who owns them? Is that the actual owner of the company? I don't know nothing about them. I know that they're shit. That's all I know.
Well, see, up here in Canada, we've got Vevor. That's the big rage up here in Canada is Vevor now. Vevor. But at least their stuff is half decent and somewhat useful.
Yep.
But it's
actual
the same thing. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, Vevor is basically like Harbor Freight, essentially.
Do
But
they
online.
make stuff or do they just rebrand stuff?
They're just buying shit
Rebrand.
just like Harbor Freight does, like everybody else is doing.
Yeah, they're Harbor Freight online. That's all they are.
They got everything.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is they're literally the internet version of being able to ship worldwide, where Harbor Freight is stuck in the States. That's exactly
Which is sad. There is some stuff at Harbor Freight that I wouldn't mind actually buying. And it's sad that they won't ship. Like, I finally figured out that I can actually get it sent over by Sea Wings. Like, Sea Wings used to charge you $17 for the first pound, and then $1.60 per pound over. But now they have a new program for getting stuff over, because they fly it from Washington State to Victoria Island. But that's how we used to get stuff from the U.S. that didn't ship over. But now they got a new weight program. So
watch the 10-cent documentary. I'm sure it's absolutely gross. I don't.
Do you know a job that I wouldn't want to be is one of those guys that goes around to the dollar stores trying to get the dollar stores to buy crap at like pennies on the dollar. That's a job that would want when you're done at the end of the day and seeing your cut, you'd be wanting to slit your wrists.
The Chinese company that owns everything.
Milwaukee,
No, Tencent.
Stanley Black and Decker.
No, that's the largest tool manufacturer in the world.
That's true.
Tencent is the largest. They're just a Chinese company that owns everything, which makes sense because their shit's very similar to what everybody else's. Which
Well,
it doesn't. That's all fucking billion companies do nowadays. You know,
I just
it's
hope
all
they.
it's
I don't-
ridiculous.
I just hope they have no part in building Chinese nuclear bombs because they probably won't work right.
That's global marketing's here. That's all there is to it. You can't stop it.
Nope.
I mean,
No, I'm
Shut
wondering
down.
how long. I'm wondering how long it takes for Snap-on to start going overseas with more shit.
I don't know, but I don't know where their market shares are up. I mean, you literally showed
Snap-on is definitely strong. They're strong. I seriously think they're gonna stay that way. I think they're gonna hold to their fucking as much as they can on their base
well at this point.
base product, their handmade tools, their sockets, their wrenches, their ratchets, their extensions, their base tool line.
I had
I
another
Leaving America anytime soon.
I had an internet triggered personnel who, basically knows everything, spends all their time on the internet, needs to go out and touch grass. Had a conversation with me the other day and was basically telling me why would I ever buy Snap-on or, blah, blah, blah. Give me his side of why he's right and everybody else is fucking wrong. And I said to him, I go, well, Snap-on's basically a custom tool company at this point. They're building something that nobody else is building anymore. I mean, a U.S. manufactured tool where they're doing their process with trilithium chroming and buying virgin steel and all that shit. At this point, they're basically they're no different than a custom car company or a custom clone company or a custom whatever the fuck knife builder. At this point, and there's hundreds and thousands of little companies where people build like custom knives, for instance. There's guys that charge $300-400 for a custom knife, and it basically takes them 8 hours to build. Okay, and people say, and people talk about Snap-on being, well, fucking don't buy it then. If I see a custom car that's
Exactly right.
$100,000.
You just hit the nail on the head. Don't ever piss, moan, and complain and cry about Snap-on. You don't like the fucking price, or
Don't
you
buy
didn't get the right price, or you didn't work out the right deal with your dealer, with whatever. Of course, you're not going to work it out with Snap-on corporate, not their online website. You ain't going to work it out with them. You got to talk to a tool dealer. But
there are lots of tools on Snap-on that are worth the money that they charge for.
All their hand tools.
There are some that aren't necessary. There's some that aren't necessary to spend that money on. But
most of their hand tools
good tools.
Most of their hand tools are superior to almost everything on the market.
Absolutely.
There's no doubt about it. Sockets, wrenches. CP and I were talking about that earlier. Their shit fits into places other companies' shit does not.
A Snap-on chrome socket will fit into more places, but
It's stronger, it's better built, better quality steel than almost any. I can't think of another brand that's better than that.
There is no perfect socket out in the market. I can tell you that much. There's not one socket out there that will complete every single task presented for you.
If I could get Snap-on wall thickness with like Sunex strength, that would be perfect.
Well, you're not.
That's the thing. There's your compromise: wall thickness, or do you want girth for strength?
Well, I did hear a good argument of why a guy told me the other day why he uses Snap-on.
What do you mean? What are you trying to say? Sunex is stronger?
I've broken almost every Snap-on socket that I own, but a lot of my Chinese ones haven't given up yet.
Then
That
you're
makes
not
no
using
sense.
them like I use them. You're not
You're
using
talking
them
about
like I use them. I'll smoke through fucking Sonex, great pneumatic, and all that way before I'll fuck the Snap.
No, I don't buy
I have a
Sunex.
Snap-on 3/4 inch fucking long, or 3/4 inch deep well. I have a 3/4 inch Snap-on deep well impact that looks chrome. It's so fucking old. Could I
The
replace
Snap-on
it?
impact, I have
Should
not
it
had
be
that good
replaced?
look for.
Probably. Everybody bitches about how the impact galls out the back end of it, socket and all that. That's to save your anvil on your freaking impact.
I
But
get that.
socket still works. It doesn't slip, so I've never exchanged it. And you know, it almost looks like chrome now. I've been using that thing for right the last 15 years. It's never broke. I pound
did
on
have-
all my snap-on sockets. The only impact snap-on sockets I ever break are, I'm not saying I don't wear out. Somewhere I say I should replace it. But I and you're going to do this with any brand, I do break swivels.
Yeah.
Impact swivels they're guaranteed to break on you eventually.
I had a guy, a really, really good, really one of what I would consider a good peer. When I was at a shop the other day, he's an older guy, and he literally told me, he says, I use Snap-on impact sockets. And I said, those things are fucking junk. And he's like, no, he goes, they fit into more places.
That's the thing.
Like,
They have the thin wall. That's what's nice about it.
And he said, also,
Max have a thin wall too.
but he also has Max sockets too. And he also has Sunex. He has a couple different impacts because he has like 3 different 13 millimeters. Because he's like, this one I need for, you know, whatever this job he did. He said that's the reason, you know, like there's also flexibility in impacts. Like he has different ones, like some of the Snap-ons aren't long enough. They have extra long ones, weren't deep enough for sometimes. And, you know, I mean, like shallows, because there's different sizes on these companies, all make different sizes. So sometimes you find that this company makes a better size for doing this job or blah, 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 you know? So once again,
the biggest problem I got with YouTubers is, this is a very used tool. I've used the shit out of this tool, and they show me. I don't know. Let me look here. I got tools all over the fucking garage because I'm working on some shit I don't want to work on. It's a very used.
When it comes to chrome sockets, Tectons are a better bang for your buck.
This is a very used tool. I love this hammer. It's a very used hammer. It's a very used tool. Look carefully at it.
It's a little too clean to be a used tool, Dave.
All right.
Yeah, a little too clean.
Now, this is a fucking well-used tool.
Yeah.
All right. That is a fucking everyday used.
what do you do? You beat your meat with that thing?
That I don't clean my shit. I don't give a fuck.
No, I was just kidding. I was just kidding.
When it looks like
I
shit.
meant like tenderize your meat with it, not beat your actual meat. I meant like tenderize your meat with it. I was joking
Oh no, I just
because it was so dirty. I was being facetious.
I understand. I'm just saying it gets that shitty looking. I just give it back to the dealer and he gives me a new one. And here we go with the comment from Fluffy Mexicanic. That's not funny. It's funny, Fluff. Because you know what? Your Harbor Freight Icon brand, it's all Mac code.
It's not all Macco. It's
Well, I'm
not
not
all Macco.
No, you're right. It's not all Macco, but I had to.
I mean,
throw it
all
out.
their fucking pliers are basically Snap-on repops. So, and then they're doing Nipex replots. They're screwdrivers. I don't know what the fuck those are. Those screwdrivers. I don't know. I've never used them. Some guys say they love them, but
Who gives a fuck about screwdrivers?
is it me or those Icon screwdrivers just look fucked?
How many professional mechanics out there are using fucking hand-driven screwdrivers on a daily basis?
No, nobody is.
I use a Phillips from time to time.
Unless you're using it.
Flatheads are more of a little mini pry bar.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody's using flatheads every day for pry bar.
Flatheads, Phillips, and Torx.
Huh?
Flatheads, Phillips, and Torx. That's the only screwdrivers I need.
Yep.
No, but what do you use?
I do appreciate a Torx screwdriver every now and then. I'm not gonna lie to you. I do appreciate a Torx screwdriver because it's just kind of nice once in a while to not have to use a ratchet. I don't know. It seems like it's faster too, more efficient sometimes. But usually the Torxes are too big for most of the screwdrivers because it's a P35 or bigger. And I think in mine,
Fluff, those expert swivels are probably coming out of a factory very similar to that of
Harbor Freight.
Sonex
Yeah.
and all that other shit.
I told you about them fucking swivels, Fluff.
All
Those expert swivels are junk.
all swivels are going to break. I just find
You could have bought the Capri ones and saved yourself money.
I find the Snap-ons hold up a little better than most. If you get the
Even the
old
the
OG, if you get the old OG Macos that were pinless, they hold up extremely well.
Yeah, their
But-
new ones are shit. They wallow out.
That's one thing I'll tell people to buy when it comes to your extensions. Do buy the snap-on extensions because they hold onto the socket 100 times better than any other extension out there.
Now
And they fit better. They
I
fit
haven't
way
had a problem with my
it
Mac
matters
ones,
what
but I
kind of
don't know.
extension.
I use
It matters what kind of extension you're talking about now, Turner. When it comes
for
to
your chrome, not for impact, for the chromes.
I use
Chromes,
locking
Chrome?
extensions on all my
Chromes?
shit.
Chromes, I honestly prefer a Mac extension over a Snap-on, only for one reason. Their knurling on the
Yeah.
extension is rougher, and you get a better grip on it.
They need to get a better checkering machine.
If you want to like twist off by hand.
I've never had a
problem with
Snap-on.
I've never had a problem with Snap-on extensions. I'm just saying I like the
I'm
knurling.
curious about that now, Turner. I'm gonna go.
I wish
my
Snap-on's knurling. Tell me I'm wrong, chat.
No, I definitely
Would,
agree. I
would
use
you not love
all
to
the
see
time.
the knurling of a
Or the Kokens.
token?
I'd
Would
agree
you
with
not
that.
love to
Snap-on needs to
see the
improve their
knurling
knurling
of
big
a
time.
token
on
on
them.
a Snap-on?
Kokens are about the best bang for your buck, honestly. I bought that whole fucking set of extensions I bought from Koken and that's everything you'll ever need in your entire life for $350. It's like dumb to not even. You got all your adapters, all your extensions in one goddamn deal.
Wouldn't
It's
you
like-
love? Wouldn't you love though, Chad, to see that fucking knurling of a Snap-on extension that Koken does?
Oh yeah, dude. Everybody should
I
have.
actually sent that.
Everybody
That's-
should have knurling so aggressive it makes your fingers bleed.
Yeah, knurl that motherfucker. Make it a grip. Don't.
Yeah,
make
they
it
need to do like
slippery,
20 lines per inch. They need to do like 20 lines.
slippery. You grip that.
They need to do like the front step checkering on my 1911 where it's 20 lines per inch. So that like when I put my hand around it, it's like Velcro because they're so sharp. That's what I like.
I do
30
too.
LPI. Oh,
Huh?
no, 20 LPI.
Yeah, 20 LPI for sure. Yeah, I've got some SK extensions too, Shannon Dickinson. You know what? I've never really paid much attention, but it's kind of interesting now that Turner said that. Now I'm all like, I want to test out because I have SKs, I have cheap extensions, I have so many fucking extensions. I don't even know. It's like, well, it ain't like it. I have too much of everything, anyways. But I do have like a ridiculous amount of extensions, and I want to try it out now and see what it's like. What the Snap-on holds on better. Now I'm interested
The
because
Snap-on swivels suck balls. They don't have enough arc, but they're normal extensions. I just find they hold the socket a hell of a lot
I'll
better.
tell you one from Snap-on that you don't even want to waste your fucking money on, and that's those fucking stupid junk ass. The Koken ones are good. The fucking Snap-on ones suck ass. What are those?
The double
the
wobbles.
Wobble Plus.
The wobble,
Wobble
plus is supposed to be.
Those are
No,
junk.
it's gonna end up a regular fucking.
Yes, it's gonna when you're going to try to get into an area and you're trying to put a nut on, and then it just clicks right into straight, and then you can't get the angle you need, and it just wears you the fuck out.
Yeah,
tenfold.
Yeah,
so
the wobble
frustrating.
plus I will agree with, especially on the. Well, I can't even speak on this issue. Is I only have a couple in the quarter inch, so I don't know
If
how.
I had to pick one extension that I would literally go with the whole time, it'd probably be the Kokens. Honestly, I think they're the best all-around deal for. You're not going to break the bank, and they're middle of the road once again. Like they're not as expensive as Snap-on. They're actually less expensive than Mac ones too, but for the money, I think they're about the best. But I did snap one of the Kokens. I feel like they're soft. I will say that fucking quarter-inch one I broke. I mean, I used it one time and it just snapped the end off of it. And I'm really leery about Koken's strength quality on some of their shit. I don't really test Koken stuff at strength though. You know, like that's my one thing is I don't ever use Koken stuff on like really heavy shit. Like I'm not reefing on it. You know, usually when I'm using it, it's because it's interior stuff. Like it's great for dash work stuff because of the black drag on the ratchets and stuff like that. And the knurling. You know, but as far as in heavy greasy shit, I don't really find myself reaching for it. I was disappointed about those Kokens after what happened years. Yeah, it did. It honestly, that's one thing that concerns me. But that's the Wobble Plus too. So maybe it's not as bad with just the non-wobble extensions from Koken. I don't know.
The non-wobble,
their flexible extension looks really good.
The non-wobble
triple joint one.
The wobble.
No,
plus.
they're flexible. They're hard cable one.
Oh, you're talking about the black ones, the 1/4-inch ones?
No,
the ones like that.
The 3/8 flexible drive. It's a hard cable.
Yeah, Snap-on makes that.
Yeah, but the Koken one looks actually pretty decent.
I gotta say the Koken 1/4-inch
It's a flexible extension, Chad, that you'll probably almost see no mechanic have. Because they'll figure it never will work. It's made out of like coiled steel.
Spring steel.
Yeah. And
I've got one of those.
Yeah, I have some of the older. I think I have a what's that Top Tool, and I have a Snap-on one, and I think I have a Mac one. I have a couple. They come in handy every once in a while.
Yeah,
but that Koken one, the Koken one has a little bit more flex to it too, though, and it's a little bit more grippy. Has better knurling on it. That thing's definitely all right. I just don't have one. I don't use it enough, so I don't. That's why I don't have one. If I ever needed it more, I would.
I can't tell you last time I used it.
Sometimes I got so much gadget shit that I don't remember how to use. I don't remember I have it, and then I forget to use it. That's the worst part. When you know you're getting too many tools, when you forget to use something.
Dude, I got shit in totes, man. I got tote boxes labeled at my shop back in our storage room of like old tools and shit that I used to use in the fucking 80s and shit. Well, we were talking about that one night.
You know what?
You showed me a tool and said, "What the fuck is this?" And I told you exactly what it was for. It was a Ford ignition modules.
Yeah, that ignition modules. Yep. That's what I found mine in my kitchen drawer. That was the strangest fucking thing.
I surprised how many people on your video that you put out on that didn't know what that was for.
It is definitely a old tool that you would, if you would have been working on cars in the 90s, it would have been the only reason you would have known it, because it was only on 1990 to 96 or 7 Fords,
Shit,
3 liters and 4 liters. I don't think it was on any of them.
You might be like 89ish, 88ish.
Are you talking about those little amp pro tools?
No, it was a 5.5 special wrench that Lyle made, and there's a couple other of them that made. I never seen the ones. I didn't even know they had ones.
Ampro used to make one.
I thought they were for a thick film distributor module.
They're for a distributor module on a Ford. But
it's not it's not the TFI.
The one that was under the distributor cap. They had that mounted under the distributor cap. The little long, white or gray piece that was under there. That was like a 4-wire plug.
Yeah, that's early '80s to like 90.
Yeah,
they had them in the early '80s. I don't remember
early
that.
80s. That system came out early
80s too.
They had the box in the early
93.
Right. But the box was just a capacitive discharge like an MSD. The thick film deal was it was part of the pickup.
I don't remember seeing that on anything until they started fuel injection. So
yeah, anything fuel injected had a TFI.
All I know is they were on all the damn Escorts, Tempos, Tauruses.
But even the throttle body stuff.
50s.
Well, I know it wasn't on the Yamaha motor.
No, but even the throttle body injected stuff had thick film distributor, had TFI.
I don't remember seeing that on any of the 5.8s or the V8s though.
Let me think about that.
Yeah, 302s with throttle body injection, not the Mustang.
He's
but
right.
Like,
F-150s and all that shit had that.
Yeah, the early ones with the throttle bodies had it.
Too many
Thunderbirds.
goddamn cars to remember. You know, I was probably
and Thunderbirds.
well. I didn't start working on cars professionally until 1997. So you know, I mean, I wouldn't have
Oh,
seen many of doing. I remember.
Most of the early '80s shit was in the junkyard already.
Yeah. Well, I still was working on a lot of. I remember, dude. I loved working on Ford Tauruses. Like I loved working on 3-liter Ford Tauruses. I love those cars. Those cars were fucking. That 3-liter was amazing. Ford getting rid of that was like, I don't know. There was always shit.
Overhead valve 3-liter that had.
Yeah, like in the Taurus front wheel drive transverse motor.
Yeah, they had 3 liters and 3.8s, right?
No, but
Yeah,
they had
the 3.8
3-liter.
was head gasket blowing.
3-liter. They had 3-liter overhead valve. They had a 3-liter dual overhead cam.
That 3-liter had a ton of power. And they used it in the Ford Ranger, and it was a
The 3-liter
that was a sleeper
overhead.
motor.
The 3-liter overhead valve. Those things ran for fucking ever.
Dude, they literally did. They were hammers.
Yeah, 3.8s used to put the rods out the side.
Though they blow head gaskets.
What 3/8s?
Some of the I've seen a 3.8 with the rods out the side.
Oh,
What
yeah, they
3/8s
were
though?
dumb.
Made by who?
Ford.
Okay.
The 3.8 liter Ford, like they had in the
The
Thunderbirds.
3/8s that were in the Thunderbirds and all that. I
And
thought you were talking about
Tauruses.
the GM 3800. The GM 3800.
No, they used to put those in Tauruses also.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
GM 3800, Tauruses, Sables, all that shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
The GM 3800 was indestructible, man.
That's a Buick V6.
That's exactly what I remember seeing. And most of the ones I ever had problems with were head gaskets blown. Fucking just terrible in those things. They just blew head gaskets. Well, now, so I knew that I just read an article lately. So the 4-liter, the new Ford is like the upgraded version of the 3.8, and basically they fixed that head gas problem with the with the heads that they did on the 4-liter. So now you can actually transplant 4-liter heads to a 3.8 because the Super Coupe guys are doing this now, where they take 4-liter heads and put them on the 3.8s. And then that solves some head gasket issues because they got steam port vents for them. I don't know what the fuck.
No,
I just was like, oh, that's
true. Full head gaskets all the time if you got them too hot.
Yep. I don't keep up on the Ford stuff. I don't claim to be a Ford guy, so I'm not saying this is gospel.
Dude, you're talking about shit that's old to me, man. I can't tell you the last time I worked on one of those.
Yeah, I haven't worked on one forever neither. I mean, I miss them. Fuck,
They-
I'd take one every
They
day
had
of the week.
automatic
I'm not only
transmission problem, too.
diagnosing those cars versus new shit nowadays. Fucking breathe. And you know what the funny part is? I do get shit like that all the time because people call me because they don't the guys that are newer don't know how to work on those cars. And I'm like, oh yeah, you got a bad module, or you know what I mean? Like just old school shit like that. Just easier to if you've done them, you know, fuel pumps and shit for Vortex and spider injector harnesses and all the junk that the fucking Vortex used to have. All the stuff that nobody's never touched.
Well, you
know,
wouldn't believe the phone call that we got at our shop today. And they're not dropping the car off until after the first year, because after tomorrow, and I'm only going in tomorrow to wrap up a few bullshit things. So I plan on being out of there by noon, 1 o'clock tomorrow. And I won't be back until the second year. But we actually had a customer call and ask, do you have a technician that knows how to actually set timing on a car?
there you go. Yeah.
They came out and they asked me, like, I'm like, well, what are you talking about? Set timing on a car? What car? What needs timing set on it? And they came back and they told me a 1980 Chevy Camaro. I'm like, yeah, no problem. I have a timing light. I have everything.
Your time has come full circle, Dave.
What's that?
Your time has come full circle.
Yeah, I said no problem. I can do it. I said, but I really like to know what their issue is and why they want it set.
I've heard there's guys.
You should be good at just as good at it as I am. You should be able to set that thing by ear.
Well, no, I don't think I'm gonna have to set the timing on it. I think I'm gonna have to fucking start from the beginning and get it to top dead center.
Somebody probably put the distributor in there a tooth.
Exactly. Thank you, Frosty. Somebody put a new distributor in it and it doesn't run. So I'm assuming they don't even have the distributor in. It's in wrong. The whole distributor is in wrong. So I'm gonna have to get top dead center, compression stroke, cylinder 1. Drop the thing in, and get that rotor pointing as close as I can to 1 on the distributor.
You know what I do? What I do is
I'll fucking lock it down and time it from there.
Well,
and
put
you have
this-
to get the long screwdriver to get the pump lined up with it.
Yeah. I'm gonna sit there with a straight fucking
line the mark on the damper up at about 36 degrees and turn the rotor all the way to full advance, and then just turn the base until the pickup lines up and lock it down, and it should start and run right there.
I'll get it. I'm not worried about it.
Some
It's
of those
just-
things have a shit ton of advance in them, though. Like the curve is disgusting.
Well,
Hey,
the,
man,
the older
more than
Chevys, unless they have a cam kit on them, you like to run them 4 degrees advanced, anyways.
Now my computer just fucking froze again. This piece of shit.
That's the thing. The old Chevys, before they swapped out the cams with the updated cams, they always like to run. They ran better 4 degrees advanced.
Oh, you always
Always.
advance them until
Well-
they got hard to crank, and then back them off a little bit, or until they pinged.
The good thing is that skill can still be used today, where some people don't have that skill because they're used to electronic ignition and stuff. So
Oh, when I built the big motor for the pickup out front, I went all over the place trying to find somebody with an old Sun distributor machine. There are no more. So how do you get a distributor curve? You can't.
I got a little portable one. That's the Sun. I got the Sun module, the portable Sun module. Still,
I used to have an auto parts store that would curve a distributor for me for $25.
I actually have the box unit. It's about yay big, and it's a mobile Sun unit. They came out with that in I think 88, 90. Little miniature version of their big machine. I think that was the first portable diagnostic tool I've ever owned.
oh yeah, just absolute gems.
And then the old OTCs and the old Snap-on, the ones that had the cartridges, they did this. They did tack and dwell and all that. So
Now I can set points, condenser, carbs. I still know how to do all that shit still.
Yep,
All
you
the way
can. There's guys
all the way up
especially.
direct.
There's guys specializing in that shit because there's people that still have OBD1 cars that they want to drive around. I mean,
I
there's
still have
nothing.
on scanners. I still got my Snap-on brick.
So do I. I
I've got my
I have
OTC brick. I got my old OTC.
I still have an OTC Genesis.
Yep,
I have
that's the one I got.
I have the I have the last version I bought. I traded up my original brick to the MT 2500 graphing before
Yeah.
they were selling out of them when they just came out with the Modus.
Yeah.
And I was like, they were giving a smoking deal, and he's like, if you trade in your Snap-on scan tool on, or you upgrade your scan tool, you get the free software or something like that. I remember I did it for $700. I was like, hell yeah. I was like, I'm doing this. I gave $250 for the old brick on some deal, and it was like $1,200 back then. I think that scan tool was. I don't remember how I scored that scan tool for $250, but I got it. And maybe it was a kid at DMAC when I went there. Nonetheless, I ended up. So I basically got that scan tool for nothing.
I still have my old Blue Point timing light that also has the diesel module for setting the diesel timing on the mechanical diesels.
I loaned my timing light out to a buddy, and that fucker wrapped the cord up, and I never replaced it. That's something that I have to do, and I have not done. All I got's a piece of shit timing light that runs off of batteries.
I got a Snap-on advanced light. Dude came up with it out of somebody's backyard trash. Gave it to me.
Wow.
It was perfect. The box was all faded, but I opened it up and the thing is in perfect shape.
Nice.
Bitch and Snap-on, the dial works and everything.
Wow.
God. And when I was a kid, those things were big bucks.
I've never had any big bucks.
No, I couldn't afford
All my dollars
shit
are
like
always
that.
the same size. Just some said 1, some said 20.
That's hilarious.
I'm looking for big bucks.
Me too.
Come to Canada. Our bills are 1 centimeter bigger than your guys's.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Now
Or
we're
go
outside.
to the UK. UK has oversized bills. They got small penis issues, so they make big bills.
Small
Well, the
penis.
United States has got extra large condoms, and they don't sell those in China. So, fuck the Chinese.
Well,
I'm not gonna.
I've got to go kill the younglings and burn the Jedi Temple. Go to bed.
That's the first time I've ever heard that somebody say that. That is a new one.
All right. You have a very good Christmas, Frosty.
I'll try and hit you up tomorrow. Everybody, really good talking to you.
Good talking to you, buddy.
We'll
Have a
see
good
you
night,
soon.
Foster.
Twice
night.
today. Listen, listen, Peter. This has been twice today you've talked to me, so consider yourself. The only reason that is because I basically am done working right now. So
I know a satanic cult that has the same house coat you're wearing, Frosty, and a standard uniform. Are you a member of a cult?
Boxing.
No, I ain't one of them.
Looks like he's going to box.
Yeah.
Going to bed.
Almost.
I thought you were gonna be walking like down the fucking aisle, and be like everybody's gonna be screaming "Frosty, Frosty," like they would Rocky.
Go fight Apollo Creed. He's
Oh, yeah,
77 years old.
Going to fight Apollo
What are you
Creed.
gonna do? Get in the ring and fall fucking asleep?
Yep. I'm gonna lead with my pillow.
There's going to be 2 hits when Frosty gets off here. Him hitting the pillow and his pillow going to sleep.
Apollo Creed wins by no decision. He fell asleep. It's a forfeit. Frosty, the Iceman, got tired.
Took a nap.
So Apollo Creed wins by no decision. Frosty fell asleep.
Have a good night, guys.
Have a good night, Foster.
Have a good holiday.
All right. Take care.
Yep. Later.
Hey, Dave, do you remember when Alice Cooper used to sell Fisher radios on late night TV with his mother?
No.
What?
Alice
You gotta
Cooper
be
in the 70s and 80s used to do commercials.
Oh, you're talking
Fisher
70s.
radios. And
70s,
he had his
80s.
mother on them with him.
I was a young kid at that time.
He had his mother's on him. Like he did them all the way up into the late 80s, those Fisher commercials. Like after midnight, late night TV, this Fisher stereo commercial come up. There's Alice Cooper and his real mother, just selling stereos at like 1 o'clock in the morning.
No, I do not recall that, but you're saying 70s, 80s. I was born in 75. So,
You know what I found out? I never looked at my birth certificate hard enough. I was born at midnight. No bullshit. Right dead nuts on midnight. They got my time down. I never even knew that. So that means my birthday could have been the 24th or the 25th.
Yeah.
That's
cool.
And that must be why I have a hard time sleeping at night too, because I read that too. When you're a baby, because I mean they kept you up when you were a baby, so you're already screwed up from the get go. I sleep like shit during the night. I don't know. I'm just being funny. I don't know. I may not. I might just be screwed up.
I was born, according to my birth certificate, and this is crazy to me. I was born at 7:11 a.m.
No shit.
June 12th, 1975. And my youngest daughter was also born at 7:11 on December 31st.
So on your birthdays, do you go to 7-Eleven and get nachos and cheese with that really weird chili on it?
No,
Is
no.
that chili?
I love that chili. I love that chili stuff.
No,
I
I
don't know what
just-
it was,
I-
but I loved it.
I just find it's weird that
You all right? You lock
Yeah.
up?
no, I'm just looking at the comments.
No.
I just
Thought
find
you-
it's
I
weird
thought, you had a
that
Tourette's, I thought you had a Tourette's moment there for a second.
fuck shit ass. I'm sorry. Fuck Joe Biden. Fuck Joe Biden. Fuck ass shit. Fuck. I'm
Let's
sorry.
not get that started. I've heard enough political talk this week to save my life. Jesus Christ. It ain't even election year yet, or it ain't even election time yet. And it's already started.
Yeah, I know. It's gonna be a long year.
It is going to be a long year.
Don't even turn
Well, don't
on-
worry. This year's elections are going to be done by Disney. It's going to be
Don't
one
even-
whole production.
Yeah, don't even turn on the fucking TV. That's my
Nope.
advice to everybody. Don't turn on
Nope.
local news. Don't turn on anything. Just
It's a great time to go
Christmas you
camping.
all, and
Just,
don't turn on the TV.
just go
because
into the Appalachian Mountains
You
for
have
a
two
week and
choices
come
right
back.
now. You have two choices right now. Watch a guy that's fucking diminishing into shit. That's honestly crippled as all hell. That doesn't recall yesterday. And the other one that first time it's ever been done. It's very beautiful. It's very beautiful. Nothing else like it in the world. And with that, I'm done with the political thing. But that's all you're gonna see on fucking TV.
No,
Yep.
when the election comes, just disappear into the bush for a week and come back later. And
A week? You think that's all it's going to take? Shit.
maybe a month or two.
3 or 4 months.
Build a log cabin while you're at it. Build a log cabin.
I had to listen to a customer complain for 25 minutes this week or today about the fucking election. And I'm just like, listen, dude, I got too much shit on my plate to worry about that right now. We're not even close to it. And they ain't even got shit figured out.
Customer? You said
Huh?
customer?
Yeah.
You said customer? How'd you allow that?
Huh?
How did you allow that?
What do you mean? How did I allow that? A customer?
I don't allow that.
Well, I mean, what am I supposed to do? Tell him get the fuck out of my hair?
I immediately changed the subject and I said,
I tried that. Trust me, it didn't
I'm
work.
like, I'm an auto technician. I am a technician. I'm not here to talk to you about that. I'm here to
Listen,
talk to you about the vehicle
guy-
construction right
This guy,
now.
you can tell
I
him.
don't even go down that road. I don't even
this
go down
guy-
that road.
Listen, I could literally tell this guy that he was going to win $1 million and he wouldn't break his conversation once he starts on
Mhm.
something.
Then you got
This
to knock him the fuck out.
dude's
And when he wakes
100%
up, you tell him how much he owes you.
Hey, when his nickname's Rattle Trap, that's I'm not even joking you. That's exactly his nickname. Like
You
that's
just
and
knock him the fuck out and you fucking fix his car. And when he wakes back up,
he's
you
a good
tell him
customer.
how much he owes you.
He's a good person too. He's a good person. He's very lonely. He's a very lonely guy, and it's Christmas time, and I'm not gonna be like that to him. You know what? There's a lot of variables when people.
Well, I'm
You know,
very
I'm-
lonely too. I broke up with my girlfriend a month ago, and
Which
she
one? Your left hand or your right hand?
no, she texted me and said, "I'm lonely," and I said, "I am too, but I'm glad you're lonely also."
I hope a lot of people that are mean to me this Christmas are fucking miserable because they deserve it.
I'll be honest with you, I broke up with her because we were going into Christmas, and I didn't want to deal with that.
But this guy's a nice guy.
She was a really cool girl, and then the closer it got to holidays, the wickeder she got. Next thing you know, she wanted me to start buying all her fucking presents for her family members, and I'm like, "Oh no, fuck that." So I kept avoiding it, and she's like, "What the fuck's the problem? You said you were gonna fucking do this. I never said any of this." And I'm like, "No, I'm not. I'm not fucking spending." I said I got a family of my own to take care of. So it basically ended. She was trying to fucking pull money out of me, and I told her, "You're a money hungry hoe," and I'm done.
They tend to do that.
You know, I'm not labeling females. I'm just saying this particular female was like that, and I not going to deal with that. So
I completely concur with you, Dave. You got my support, 110%.
you start trying to drag me to stores and make me buy stuff for your family. No,
I'm a witch hater. You know what that is? Wicked witches. They try to take your money. I'm all about that. I'm a witch hater.
well, yeah, she was trying to use my money, not take it.
She wasn't there for you. She wasn't there for you.
But there's no real difference in that scenario. So
if she isn't there for you, your tongue or your dick, she ain't no good. Just kidding.
Be nice. Jamie might be watching.
What's that?
I said Miss Carol might be watching. Be nice.
She's in the military. She can take it.
Yeah, she would already chimed in if she was watching.
She's heard more worse than that, I guarantee it.
Yep.
Jamie's a very intelligent person.
And listen, I can't go around all my life being censored. So, I just can't live my life like that.
Well, that's why I have a big problem with our whole government right now. And I'm not making this political. It's not one side or another. I have a whole problem with the government that everything's got to be fucking censored.
Yeah.
You can't fucking speak your mind anymore without being.
You can. You just gotta be ready to suffer the consequences. And
yes, I mean it's one thing to be like ridiculed about it and hammered by social media in one way, shape, or form. Like, hey,
I'm seasoned, Dave.
Asshole, or you're this or you're that. But to have a lawsuit thrown up against you, that's a whole nother thing. We're in a.
I've been through it all, Dave.
I'm just saying that we're in a situation now that if you said it correctly, lawfully, freedom of speech. Okay, deal with the ridicule that you're going to get from people online. That's meaningless. It's bullshit. But next thing you know, you get a order that you got to show up at court because
cancel culture is always going to be here. That's the thing, is it's here to stay.
Because
you know what?
You said something the wrong way. I mean, to me, that's bullshit.
I know, but the cancel culture is here, and people are always going to try to manipulate and spin false narratives however they want to. That's
the only people that are going to cancel you are the people that don't want to listen to you anyways. You can never actually be canceled, because there's always going to be people out there that want to listen to you, participate. You might get blocked from certain platforms, but that's the thing. There's other platforms out there that don't do this crap.
That's not what I'm really talking about, Turner. I'm talking about legal issues. I don't give a shit what people say online if they don't like what you say. I'm saying when somebody brings up the fact that legally you can't say that, what you just said is against the law.
Yeah,
I thought we had freedom of speech and I didn't infringe upon anybody's rights.
You do. You just got to be able to. That's why I said you just got to be ready to take the heat when the motherfuckers come with their fucking pitchforks.
Yeah, it's crazy how it happens.
And that's why I live in the middle of nowhere in the forest.
Exactly. That's why I don't talk to. That's why I only talk to people I know and trust.
I see people with blue or green hair or something like that. I don't even talk to them. I don't pay attention to them. If they want to converse with me, I just ask them what their name is. What's your name? That's all I want to know.
That's why I also carry a gun too.
Why are you against people with green or blue hair? Because I'm a fucking
most of them are the super.
I'm in the Christmas spirit right now. I'm in fucking green and red.
It's because the majority of them are soft and squishy and can't take words. You say wrong words and it makes them bleed inside. Oh my God, I'm gonna die! You said that, my Lord.
Well,
my
you know
heart.
what?
Oh.
Here's the thing that I've learned from being on social media for this time. The people that will talk the most shit are the ones that aren't doing anything. Okay,
Yep.
They're just scrutinizing you. Two, the people that talk shit are offended. They're easily offended anyways. It's going to matter. No, there's nothing you could do to ever make them happy. They were just waiting for you to fucking say something that was going to piss them off. And four, they're just some people that are, they're just going to be an asshole and they don't really care anyways. They're just going to tell you how it is. That's just it. That's all there is to it.
Every time they try to stop somebody, it makes somebody more powerful.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Whatever you do, whatever. When you're on social media, you're gonna always get that. That's just all there is.
You just set yourself. You set yourself. When anybody's trying to stop somebody they're passionate about, it just makes them stronger. Something. It just makes them stronger. And look what's going on in our government.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what the government's doing. That's exactly what they do, and segregate and separate people. You know what? Here's the other thing. What's really sad about this is all these people that are worrying about, racism and transsexual issues and all this shit. You know what they've done? We've got so many people. I mean, you got people calling fucking people Gen X's, Gen Z's. All these people doing is segregating people out. That's exactly what the government wants to do, divide us as much as they possibly can. And that's exactly what they've done. And so now you got people fighting over fucking completely stupid shit, or trying to make a mountain out of a molehill on top of that, right? And instead, if we were all united together and all going towards the same cause, we'd be fucking dangerous. Because that's what they did in 1776.
We'd be unstoppable.
Did you guys ever see my video on how the United States and Canada are using the exact same tactics that the Nazis used in World War I when they wanted to segregate people out and make people fight each other, so they were weaker when they came in and invaded, because there was antitrust building, and that's what their propaganda was. We are literally using the exact same blueprint that the Nazis did, and I made a huge video on that.
20 years ago, if YouTube would have started, I doubt you would have seen. Well, social media wasn't big. First of all, let's go back to 2000. Social media wasn't big, but then this cancel culture started once people started figuring out that they could gang up on people online and do all this shit. And then the government started saying, "Hey, we can fucking manipulate these people too through social media and everything." And then it's just basically spiraled out of control by now. And now you've got all these different groups. Look at them and we'll just use Tools, for example, because this is what we're relevant to, right? Look at all these fucking people for Harbor Freight. Well, like I do it myself. I'm guilty of myself, okay? I'm not trying to act like I'm not being perfect here, but calling somebody a Harbor Freight fanboy is a little bit derogatory, and I do that only because they call me a Snap-on fanboy, which is totally fucking not even close to being the truth. In fact, I'm the furthest from being a Snap-on fanboy of the majority of the people that are actual, real, like legit, solid Snap-on tool buyers. The guys that have huge, epic toolboxes and full of tools. Like Superbike Armin, who's one of the greatest guys out there. Nice fucking guy. Loves buying Snap-on, buys everything Snap-on. Okay, if you want to call him a Snap-on fanboy, that's a legit Snap-on fanboy. Me, I'm not even close to it. I'm actually honored by it, to be honest with you, because I'm honored that people think that I'm a Snap-on fanboy, because I can't afford all that Snap-on shit. But once again, nonetheless, that's the whole point. It was what I'm getting at, though. It's even so fucking stupid, it's down to tools. I don't remember ever in the 90s when I was actually buying tools that there was people so fucking big on dick riding. Like when I first started buying tools, people would tell me to buy Snap-on or Craftsman, and like SK was called Slip Kill. Everybody told me, "Oh, slip and kill." That's what a lot of professional mechanics told me. They called it back then when they were like, "Oh, slip and kill." They didn't like Slip and Kill. They didn't like SK. So I was like, okay, so they just buy Craftsman and then upgrade to Snap-on, and it was cut and dried like that. There was nobody fucking fighting each other, nobody being stupid about shit. None of that stuff was going on. And you know what? Even my buddies and whatnot, we all would say we like Snap-on, but nobody ever did that. Up until the last 5 years when Harbor Freight started empowering the DIY guy and doing this guerrilla marketing towards Snap-on that started this huge explosion. And basically, it's just a spin-off of what the government does. It's a marketing tactic to play fucking mind games with people, and it's called empowering people to in marketing is what my buddy told me. Who's a marketing guy. He said it's empowering people to buy your product. Okay, by making them feel like if you could buy Lamborghini cars for $5,000, everybody'd be driving. You know what I mean? If you could buy a car, well, like it was a fad. The Chryslers, when they started putting Lamborghini doors on them, everybody put Bentley grills and Lamborghini doors on them. And it was a fad. Whenever you give somebody the option to buy something that's cheap and of lesser quality, people will jump right on it, and they feel and they're empowered that they've got something similar to a high-end item because they can't afford that item. I can't afford a fucking 72 Charger.
That's the thing. 20 years ago, we didn't care about what kind of tools you had because we were all in the same boat. It's like, I'm not going to keep up to the Joneses, man. This is what I can afford. This is what I do. All we talked about is what kind of work we did and how good we worked. We were the tool that was being judged, not our tools. We didn't care what brand you had. We didn't care what car you drove. There wasn't a status. Like there was not a status amongst the working class. Now there's a status amongst the working class. Well, you're a working class, but you can't afford Snap. No, because I don't want to have a credit debt and die in debt. Like that's the thing. It's how often do you go on vacation buying all these Snap-on tools? Like how did you put your kids through college? No. Maybe if you didn't buy that Epic toolbox, maybe that your kid could have got that heart transplant.
Yeah, but it's not your right to. It's not your right to tell somebody how to spend money. That's another thing. Yeah, you know,
that's another thing. It's not your right.
So it doesn't matter. Why judge somebody based on what they do with their money? You know what I mean? Like, but that doesn't make a person. It doesn't matter who the person is either.
Your character and your skill. That's all that matters. If you're in a work environment, I only care about that you can do the job and do it right and do it competently. In a social environment, I care about your character. Like that's it.
And 90% of the people that always talk shit always say the same thing to try to trigger people. Like it's pretty easy for me to get a Harbor Freight guy pissed off because if I want to do it, I will say something to piss him off. You know, that's my whole thing to do. You know, like I don't give a shit about what he says, but if he said something stupid to me, then I just say something stupid back that's going to piss him off. Now we got this dumb pissing match where we're talking back and forth, and I don't even care at the end of the day. That's the sad part because I've done it so many times on social media that I don't even care. It's just if you want to try to one up me, I can say dumber shit than you can. You know what I mean? Like that's what it all boils down to. I can say dumber shit than you can, but you know, it's just and what's the end game of the government? Well, the end game of the government's to make us all poor and control us. That's 100% the end game.
Yeah.
Oh, that's just it. That's the other thing is
I agree with
people
you,
buy exactly what they want to fucking buy.
Buy it because I want to buy it. I'm not
exactly.
trying to piss anybody. And if you get pissed at me or jealous of me of what I bought, I guess it's tough shit. I'm sure
not
there's people jealous of your toolbox and all the tools you have, but end of the day comes tough shit. You bought.
I don't know why anybody would be impressed by anything that I
earned what you earned. You did what you did, and end of the day comes, it's what you wanted. So I totally agree with you, John.
I don't have anything that's really that impressive, anyways. That's the funny thing. If somebody tells me that I'm doing something to impress somebody, that's what's funny to me is because I don't have anything that I feel that's that impressive, anyways. I'm a heavy overweight dude. I have a hodgepodge of fucking tools, and I like my shit. I'm proud of what I did. I did it on my own. I had no fucking family members involved in my life, all of my life. You know, almost everything I've done for myself has been for myself. I mean, I wipe my own ass. That's all there is to it. Bought my own house, everything. Had to do all that shit without any help. No help from
college. You had to wipe your own ass?
I'm a nice guy, and I will wipe somebody's ass if they're in need.
I will not allow somebody to wipe my own ass.
I'm not coming over to your place and wiping your ass. So I'm glad you wiped your own.
I'm telling you, CP, you haven't enjoyed life until you had someone else wipe your ass for him. You got to try at least once.
I have a bidet, so that's the closest I'll need to get. I have a bidet in my house. First of all, I will tell you this much as God is my witness. If you don't have a fucking bidet in your house, you are wasting money. I have drastically cut down my money from not buying toilet paper. And you're a damn fool. Like, I can't even understand why people buy toilet paper. Makes zero sense to me why everybody doesn't have a bidet.
Splasher, dude.
Dude, Japan has got it figured out. Japan has heated, air dried, the whole 9 yards bidets, okay? So
I know bidets are big in Europe, and they're getting big here in the United States now. I don't know if they're big in Canada yet.
there's just
They're big in Canada yet.
I'm glad I bought tools. I'm glad I bought a bunch of tools for the price.
Are bidets getting big in Canada yet?
Actually, they are. They're becoming a very commonly installed thing in houses now.
Yeah.
Well, you know that
they're big here in the United States on new homes,
but we're still using the 3 seashells.
What? God damn it! Would you tell if you know you're only doing this to fuck with me because I've mentioned this before. God damn, your memory's good.
Dude, toilet paper. A thing of toilet paper is almost $10 now for a thing of toilet paper.
Shut up, Chad.
Right on.
I'm not being rude.
No, I know you're good.
What do you do with the 3 shells, Turner?
The 3 seashells. There's a button under each one, and it's a bidet. It's based off the airplane joke. A guy went used the female washroom in an airplane, and he sits down, he takes his crap, and he sees these 3 buttons. Oh, he presses the first one, warm water blows onto his ass and washes. That's nice. He presses the second one, and warm air blows on, and oh, that feels real nice. I'm all dry now. What's the third button? He presses the third one, and this arm reaches out, rips his dick off, and he screams, and oh my God, the flight attendant came in. Oh, I see you press the automatic tampon remover button.
Oh my God.
But that's where that joke comes from. It's the 3 seashells. Under each shell is a button. It's a bidet.
Yeah, but they never said in the movie. And do you know what movie you're talking about, Chad?
That's like, is that that's the one with Demolition Man.
Demolition Man. Yeah, he comes out. Sylvester Stallone comes out like, what the hell happened to toilet paper? What are those shells for? And they're all like, he doesn't know what those shells are for. The seashells. Well, I want to know because everything we watched in the past, is here in the future.
Yeah, all of that. There were buttons under 3 shells.
Back to the future, we watched some bullshit that most people didn't think would ever happen. Where you would be able to talk and see each other over the phone. Oh, that'll never happen. Well, it's fucking happening. Electric cars. I'm waiting for the hoverboards, like really hover. I'm waiting for all of that.
I want those magnetic boots. I want those shoes that he had. Those self-pumping up, high-end fancy shoes. Oh. No, but that's all it was. It was a spin-off of off of a joke that was told years ago, and some guy brought it up on sets. You know, it'd be really funny. Let's throw this into the movie. 3 seashells. No one's gonna know what it is. We're never gonna tell them what it is. But the truth is, it's based off of this joke. There's 3 buttons, and you flick. You lift up the lid. You lift up the switch, and there's a button underneath that little little cover. In ours, our covers are going to be seashells. It was a fully automated bidet, based off the old airplane ones.
Well, I don't know. I'm different than all you folks. I never shit.
You never shit. Right.
Not solid anyways.
No, I watch Friends. I watch all the episodes of Friends, and I just do doo-doos.
No, tukis and doo-doos.
Dookies and doo-doos. I go outside and do it in my garden.
Well, I take a lot more frequent.
I give everything I grow in my garden. I give it off top of my ears.
Do you eat your tomatoes?
I just said I give everything I grow my garden off to my neighbors.
That is disgusting. That is terrible. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like it is, and it's not. It's kind of ironic because if you think about it, using cow manure or horse manure is really essentially the same thing. But
Yeah.
it is. I mean, but using human poop or dog poop, that just makes my mind
Well,
whirl.
actually, Chad, it is not the same thing. We leave behind.
Well, the
bacteria.
cows don't eat other cows, so yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
It's not
we leave behind bacteria that is potentially dangerous. So do cats. So do dogs. So don't put dog poop or cat shit.
That's why I don't like dog poop or human poop.
Rabbits, lambs, sheep, all that, grain fed, grass fed, all that stuff.
Yeah,
that's all
I can
fine
handle that.
fertilizer. Horse shit. Cow shit.
I grew up with that stuff. I basically lived in that shit all my life. You know, I mean that stuff don't
you
bother.
You're from Iowa. You know that.
Yeah,
I only have one question, Dave. When you do go shit in your backyard, do you walk around sniffing in a circle first?
No, because I get dizzy and fall over. It's Christmas. You want to see me fucking take a shit? I'll go outside and do it right now.
Listen, easy now, guy. Easy, fella.
Whoa.
I'll film it.
TMI.
Too many inches. That's what my last girlfriend said.
Too many inches. You're too deep. Yeah.
We gotta fucking test each other out one night. Who's got quicker fucking responses?
What do?
Your fucking brain that goes like this.
That's because I've been. You know why? Because I identify as a tool. But anyways, yeah. You know why my brain's like that? Because I've been picked on my whole goddamn life, Dave. After a while, you just kind of eventually pick it up. You know what I mean? That's exactly the difference is when you've been fucked with as much as I have been in my life, you know, being a fat kid growing up, you know, what are you going to do? And then
being a fat kid growing up, what are you talking about?
Be a fat kid growing up in a multiracial school. I'll tell you that much right now. The most diverse school in Des Moines, which I know it's not. I was just talking to a guy the other day that went to school in Las Vegas. And it was crazy. He was telling me about how when they would come to schools, the kids would basically have guns brandishing, you know, the gangsters would be. And I'd be like, well, we didn't have it that bad here, but we had gangsters, you know, there was like kids, there was a kid that got shot in our parking lot, you know, like I went to a pretty rough school, but when you're in that type of environment and you got to basically defend for yourself, you know, like there was kids getting beat up in the bathrooms and shit. They're smoking weed, selling drugs, you know, all that shit in the school I went to. And you just have to learn to hold your own. You know, it's not like today where
I'm used to holding my own. I got no problem holding my own. I just don't want I just don't want nobody to make me hold my own.
Well, it's not exactly it.
I'm actually one of the nicest, fucking, most giving guys in the fucking world.
I believe it.
You don't want me to hold my own.
Like I always say,
my hold my own means I'm going to fucking do my best. At my age now, my hold my own means I'm going to try to fucking do serious fucking damage.
I learned from my grandpa about fucking with the nicest guy. My brother, did I ever tell you the story about my grandpa whipping my brother's ass that opened my eyes about my grandpa? I thought he was an angel, like the nicest guy in the entire world. And my brother, we were in church one day, and my brother had one of those big super bouncy balls, you know, and he bounced that son of a bitch in church.
Yeah.
And I found out what makes my grandpa lose his shit. And that made my grandpa lose his shit. He whooped my ass, and I seen him in a whole new light because I'd never seen him get mad about anything. And he whooped my brother's ass, and I couldn't believe it. He took him downstairs with a yardstick, and he made him drop his pants. And my brother cried for hours.
What's up, Impact Raider? Nice to see you jump on. How you doing, buddy?
No, I was an oddity in high school. I was a nerd. I was an absolute nerd, but I was also the captain of the wrestling team. And anyone that picked on my nerd friends found out found out why a nerd that's a wrestler is a bad thing, because we know the physics and we know the mathematics. We have an upper hand advantage.
Well, I was kind of a book nerd. I read a shit ton of books when I was in 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. I really found myself in, like, I read all the Tom Hardy series. I read a shitload of, like, I did read a lot of books, like, when I was in 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. And then I got picked on moderately. But then when I got into my freshman year and I started playing football and wrestling, and I think that's where I kind of came out of my shell. And you're 100% right. When you're a wrestler, you definitely have the upper hand.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's the thing. Is like I grew up on a farm with a very aggressive family, but I was always a nerdy child. I was a nerd, but I was whooped. I was beat, like, to the point where when I got into junior high school, I moved off the farm into the city, started junior high school. In high school, I was a very large person, like body, like muscular wise, from working on the farm, but I was a nerd. Like, I hung out with the geeky kids, and everyone would mock me and bug me. So first thing I did is I joined the wrestling club, went in there and started beating the snot out of people. It's like, and then after that, I had endless friends. Of course, they were the geeky kids and the nerdy kids, but hey, they were the best friends I ever had, man. And they're still good friends to this day. Like, they're always there. And it was always good, clean fun. We weren't doing drugs. We weren't doing weird stuff. We were playing Dungeons and Dragons. When computers came out, we were messing with computers. Like,
yeah.
Like,
I had a bunch of friends that played.
They're the best kids.
I had a bunch of friends that played Magic. I never did understand it or play it, but I hung out with them. My buddy Seamus was he would make me take him to Magic, and I'd be so fucking mad that I'd have to sit there and watch him play it. And I had no idea what the fuck it was or whatnot, but he was a good friend of mine, and we were buddies, but he got picked on a lot, and I was like his little bodyguard. He would, like, if somebody would fuck with him, they'd be like, they knew they were going to have to deal with me. I was a friend to a lot of kids that were, like, ROTC was another one. A bunch of kids at our school picked on, and I was friends with a lot of the ROTC kids. I just didn't like, and I don't know. I never did like those guys that were cliquey and in gangs and shit. I never was really tight with those guys. There were some good people. There's always good people, but those cliques, when you get those cliques in high school where they're real cliquey and, all that shit, it always turns no good. That's all there is to it. And that's just, it wasn't right. The shit they did to him. I remember when sitting in class one day, we were in math class, and I watched this one guy who was on the football team, and I knew him, and we played football together, but I never talked to him much. And he was a defensive line guy, and he was punching this nerd in the back. And I got up and I went over to him and I said, "Here, go over and sit in my chair." And I said, "Punch me in the fucking back now. See what happens."
Yeah.
I made him flip the chairs. And he's like, "Oh, you gonna be a beefy guy? And he, like, punches me one time. I get up and I flipped his whole fucking desk over. I got suspended for a week for that. And I flipped him when he was sitting in that desk, and I flipped him over. And they suspended me. And I said, he was fucking picking on. That's the shit that bothered me, though. Like, people were getting picked on, and that kid he was sitting there getting fucked with. And the teacher never did nothing to him. And I got suspended while this kid, because I stood up for this kid. That's the shit that always pisses me off about how screwed up society is. The teacher, whenever the kid would, like, tell him to stop hitting him because the teacher liked him and he was on the football team, and the teacher would never do anything to him. And that's the shit that always pissed me off when I was a kid.
I got kicked out of school for doing the same thing, protecting a friend. But the friend that kid that I beat, the bully that I beat up, his dad came to our house and started yelling and screaming. And that my dad turned around, looked at him, and said, "Hold on, I'll let my son deal with you." It's like, I won't deal with you. I'll let my son deal with you. And he calls me up, and I come out, and he looks at me. He's like, and he just buggers off. It's like, yeah.
Well, those who are prepared for a problem won't have much of a problem with those creating a problem.
No.
Right.
And that's
You know,
why
honestly,
I've fucking lived. I've lived my whole life that way. I've been trained that way. And I
honestly,
do have a lot of background in that situation. So the average Joe, big or small, does not want to walk up and fucking press on me or whatever you want to call it, try to enforce something upon me, because if they enter my circle of trust, I'll back off and be like, hey man, right away, put my hands up. I don't want no problem with you. Rather buy you a beer than, honestly, I don't tell them this, but knock your ass the fuck out here. But back off. Stay out of my fucking comfort zone. But if they enter the comfort zone, it's fucking over, dude.
Yep.
yeah, I don't like people in
I
my
give you a
bubble.
warning beforehand, so
When I was in high school, the two biggest problem kids we had, the Mexican kids were always the coolest. I thought I got along with them pretty well. It was the black kids and the white kids, the like the jockish, like gangsters, and then preppy white kids were always the
Yep.
two biggest troublemakers in my school. And then you had the Mexicans were always like the vatos. They were funny though. Like they were always they were selling dope and doing their shit, but they were cool though. Like they were never really.
I was in betweener. I was in between I don't know. Back in my day, we called them the burnouts, and the fucking jocks.
I was
Still
not the
to this,
smart
like,
kid.
I always
so I was still
associate Mexicans with go-karts.
I was in
Because my
athletics.
first
My
Mexican friend,
years
his
in
dad
school.
owned a go-kart company. His backyard was full of go-karts. To this day, I associate Mexican people with go-karts.
I was a great baseball player. I was a pretty good soccer player. I was a decent kicker for our football team. I mean, I'd love to go. I know fuck that. I can't fucking do it. I'm too old now. I ain't tried it. I ain't done it in fucking 20 years. I'm talking on my ass. I'd love to try to kick a fucking, even a 30-yard fucking field goal. I think that thing would drop off at the fucking 10-yard line. But now they got these athletes, they're hitting field goals from 46 fucking yards. These kickers.
Oh, yeah.
I was a great kicker in football because of my soccer
I've
background,
seen them up to like 57, 60 yards now.
Yeah, they're fucking. It's insane though.
It's ridiculous. I can't even believe it. Hell, the punters even. Like our punter in Iowa, Torrey Taylor, fucking punting 50 yards. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
That's insane.
Well, you just look at these trick shots that a lot of these young kids are doing in sports.
Yeah.
The stuff that they're doing was unfathomable back in our day. Unfathomable. We weren't that accurate or coordinated. Like, how the hell?
Well,
wait
a minute. There's also a difference. We were never asked to do that because the game, everything was different then. We were never asked as a football player, say, not that you, I, or CP was ever a football player, but
yeah, I played football. I just played a shitty.
Not that we were, but I'm saying we were never asked to kick a 49 fucking yard fucking field goal.
No, hell no. No, I remember like
we were never
20
trained.
yards. 20 yards or less was like
we never practiced for it. We never trained for it. We never did anything.
No.
Now they're training all these guys.
And there's kids.
To do this shit. So what they're pulling out of their asses now is absolutely amazing.
A high school kid here in Ankeny.
It shouldn't be that amazing. It shouldn't be that amazing to me as a soccer player because I've seen soccer players kick a ball 100 yards down the field. Boost that ball in the air, kick a ball 100 yards down the fucking field. And it's like, holy shit. He airborne that motherfucker like you wouldn't believe. All the way down.
They kicked a 63-yard field goal. A kid did here in Ankeny.
Yeah, that's amazing.
In high school. That's insane.
It's like,
No, it's not insane. That kid's gonna get a good fucking scholarship.
Oh yeah, he did. He went right to college. He went right
And
to Iowa State.
I hope he uses it. I hope he uses it to his best.
He did. Yep.
If that kid can kick over a 50-yard field goal.
Yeah, I
That's
think
it.
these kids are coming out of high school kicking 50-yard field goals now, though. I think
Yeah.
you're 100% right.
If they can do that shit, they're gonna get scholarships.
For sure.
It's crooked. It's fucked up system, but
No different than what I did. Yeah, the whole
colleges
sport,
want them. Colleges
the whole
want them
sports
because
thing, the whole sports thing to me blows my mind. It's just people spend so much money.
college sports is the biggest fucking industry in the big
Well, yeah, there's
universities.
144 teams, so yeah, it's the biggest money making scheme of, and between basketball and baseball, and I mean, there's just billions of dollars being tossed around while they're all fighting over
You look
numbers.
at University of Michigan. To my knowledge, I could be wrong. I haven't looked recently. I'm sorry. They might be done with. I'm shitty at keeping up with college football. But U of M, to my knowledge, University of Michigan, has not lost a game yet.
Nope, they have not.
And
They're included.
Their highest paid person in the state at U of M, the highest paid member of their personnel is the fucking football coach. So don't tell me that sports don't bring in the money for the college.
No, they're paying these people $30 million a year. I mean, dude, that kind of money, like we're talking, that's like literally like FU money. Like 1 year working in college football, you can't tell me you couldn't retire off that.
Oh, easily. 30 million? I could easily
Look at
retire.
Nick Saban. Look at Nick Saban. I mean, that guy got more money than, you know what I mean? Like he's just loaded.
I don't need fucking golden toilets or anything. I'm a simple person. Shit, I could live Turner's life. I'm a simple guy.
Right?
I just need somewhere to stay warm,
But
somewhere to
living
eat,
we
somewhere to cook,
also live
somewhere to shower.
We
I
also
don't
live
I don't
we
need
also
all
live
the
in a country of capitalism. So if everybody was allowed, if everybody had to make the same money, or then where would we be at? You know what I mean? Like you can't. That's why we have different salaries and stuff. I get it, because would you want everybody making $1 million a year?
Yeah.
No, you can't. There's always going to be the separation. My question right now is, why are gas prices coming down going into an election year?
Because the Democrats got to do everything they can to try to.
But wait a minute. I could be wrong. I haven't checked in like 2 days. Where you threw up the Snap-on stock prices and the increase in their shares today on your video,
Mm-hmm.
which Snap-on is strong as hell. They're not going anywhere.
No.
But
Well, not unless you go to unless you look at Facebook groups and then everybody said Snap-on's going out of business. That's why they're raising the price.
they ain't going anywhere. But
Come on now. We all know they are.
A barrel of oil has not dropped in price enough to make the prices of fuel.
Gas prices, historically, gas prices drop every winter, though, because people stop less traveling and whatnot. So they raise the gas prices because there's less consumption, supposedly. That's what I've always been told. That in the wintertime, you got less. But I'm like, how does that even make sense? Because you got kids going to school and you got people with Christmas shopping and, there's just fixing to go up because of what's happening in the Red Sea. See, I don't keep up on anything, so I have no idea I didn't even know anything's going on in the Red Sea. I have no clue what's going on. I try to keep my nose out of that stuff. Merry Christmas, Impact Rated. I'm not even worth even talking to about it because I have no idea, legitimately.
All right, y'all have a good night. I'm gonna end the stream.
Night,
know.
people.
So
Night,
if you
night.
guys wanna say bye.
Merry Christmas, everybody. Hope
Thank
you all
you.
have
Have a happy New Year, Merry Christmas, and everything. Don't let Krampus get you.
Don't let the Grinch get you.